Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Tuesday, July 11th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 94. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of OTB Mailbag, so get your questions into the Bayou Forward chat using the hashtag OTB Mailbag, and we'll answer them in the second hour. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Man, y'all are loud. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
What's happening, y'all? July 11, 2023. Rolling right along. Summertime is. Hope you're having an excellent summer. Enjoying yourself, getting out of the pool, outdoor activities. You know what I've been doing this summer, boys? I've been making friends with Ray Baker. I literally don't think we've ever had a better relationship this summer. Am I looking kind of tan? I mean, for me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's all a relative scale, right? Like,
it is.
For me, this is probably the most consistent color I've ever had.
There's no white roach
in
here.
my entire life. No white roach to be found. Shout out my guy, Ray Baker, and also shout out to the legend, Coach O. I was talking to somebody about this, and by the way, it's not how I intended to start the show, but we're here. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and that's that I don't know how. Now, last time I talked to Coach, Coach O, he sounded fantastic, just the happiest I've ever heard him.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if in time, like how he'll feel about Brian Kelly and being replaced and everything. Because I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Anybody with the regime who was maybe upset with how things ended, I understand that it's human nature, but like Brian Kelly was the best thing that ever happened to him because he makes the O era so easy to celebrate and be beloved and to just erase all the bad because the bad has been erased.
Right.
It's not like you went from winning a national championship to then the sub 500 records and then the program stayed there. That would have caused lasting anger. That would have caused lasting ill will and people to be upset with the long-term impact. But instead, BK comes in, you win 10 games immediately, and now the ball's just in BK's court. Right? It's like, okay, well, that's all. And now when you think back on the O's on air, what do you think of now? You just think of 15-0. You just think of the Natty. You think of the rise. The fall has already been erased. And it's crazy because the potential was for it to linger with how he left. You see what I'm saying, Mar? Are you confused when I started this? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or am I not making
no,
sense?
it's coming together, yeah.
Like Brian Kelly's success now put all the onus on Kelly to macho and win a Natty and completely erased any of the sins of the final 2 years of it.
If it had lingered on.
It's actually, yes. Like if you've done a bad hire,
yes,
you go
then
Mel
it'd be like,
Tucker.
this is your fault. You did this. You started this. This is your foundation that they're building off of. Yes, I completely agree with you.
It's actually kind of insane. Yeah. And now, as he should be, O gets to just be celebrated and beloved for the legend that he is. You know, the Cajun hometown boy who somehow grinded his way to be an LSU head coach, 6-2 as an interim, 9-4, 10-3, 15-0. Unreal stuff, man. Anyway, today on the show, we got a good show planned for you. We'll start first segment here talking a little more baseball, some more draft developments happening, as well as a coaching hire. Next segment, we'll dive into a little SEC Media Days, as we know who LSU is going to bring now. And it's like kind of actually to what we were just speaking on, Jake. If you look at last year's Media Day members to this year's Media Day members, you can draw a lot of interesting conclusions and talking points about where the program was 365 days ago compared to where it's at right now. Make a little Marco Wilson talking, a little jersey countdown potentially. We got OTB mailbag. There's some Devontae Adams news potentially in the ether. Also, I haven't been able to look it up yet. I did see a couple graphics on the Chiefsaholic. Did y'all see any of this?
Yes.
This dude was like robbing a lot of banks.
Yeah.
I did not realize this. Kind of a legend. to have such a public persona while you're robbing banks. And one of my favorite posts, probably at one point, he bought a very expensive painting of Patrick Mahomes, the proceeds of which all went to the Patrick Mahomes Foundation. And as a tweet pointed out, like, that's a real fan. Okay, who's a more real fan than Chiefsaholic, who will literally rob a bank and funnel the ill-gotten gains back into his favorite player's charity? Okay, that man loves Pat Mahomes.
He did it all for the Chiefs? Is that what you're saying?
He did it all for the Chiefs, dude. Everything. I mean, look, you can't pay to go to all those games and go to all those trips without money, right? I mean, he did it for the kids. He did it for the Chiefs. And he did it because he's probably insane and, likes to rob banks.
I mean, he's still a fugitive, correct?
I thought he got caught.
Did he get caught?
I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
no, he got caught, I'm pretty sure.
When did he get caught?
Recently. Pull
Yeah,
up the
like
Athletic
within the
article.
last, 2 weeks or so?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I need to follow my
Also,
Chiefsaholic news a little bit closer.
I don't think about, in the modern era, it feels so hard to get away with multiple bank robberies. You know what I'm saying?
A bank robbery.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I thought the days of, who is the old, Johnny Depp played him in a movie that actually wasn't that good that one time. John Dillinger, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
Public
that right?
Public Enemy.
Yeah. Not that good of a movie, though. Did you
You didn't like
it?
it?
I didn't.
think it was bad.
really liked it.
I thought it was okay.
I thought it was too long.
I
but
think
thought
I
it
had
was
too
good.
high of expectations.
Any
and it
movie like
definitely
that's going to be
dragged.
too long.
With Johnny Depp?
No, just like that
Oh.
time period.
No, he's right. Like
Oh,
a
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
gangster movie, mafia style, like all that. Yeah.
So,
Played Whitey Bulger, too.
So Chiefsaholic got released on bond in February, but then in March he removed his ankle monitor, and then he got caught in Sacramento.
Not recently?
Yes,
Oh,
it looks like
gee.
in March that went
What are
down.
we thinking, dude?
March
You can't
2023.
take off the ankle monitor? Oh, well. So maybe we'll recircle back. In LSU draft news, yesterday, rounds 3 through 10 of the MLB draft going down, and Trey Morgan heard his name called in the third round, 88th pick overall to the Rays. Of course, Morgan on the all-tournament team. He was really hot at the end of the year. He had an incredible super regional where he opened up with a couple of home runs. He hits nearly 600 in the super regional. He hits 350 for the tournament. And then when it's all said and done, Trey Morgan played and started in 194 career games, batting .332 the entire time. That is consistency.
Does
Right.
he not
Shout
feel
out Trey
like
Morgan.
if he went to a team and you could pick the team and the organization and maybe his skill set with how they view things and analytics, like it feels like the Rays is the perfect choice.
I keep hearing that, and I have it written right here. I wanted to ask you, why is that? I keep hearing that Trey Morgan feels like a Ray, but I don't exactly know what people are talking
Well,
about.
they defense, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to already be one of the best in the minor leagues. We've seen him do it too many times. And also on-base percentage, average.
yeah.
It's not, hey, let's see how far you can hit the baseball. Now, can he leave the yard? Yes, but it's not his strongest suit. But he certainly is going to have a high batting average. He's going to get on base. He's going to control the bat. He's not going to strike out a lot. He's going to walk. And so for those reasons, that's what the Rays kind of look for. They're a team. Now, they have guys that can leave the ballpark, but that is a skill set that they look for.
So Trey Morgan goes in round number 3. LSU wasn't done yet, though, as Gavin Dugas, is that the second Tiger to join the Nationals? Who else got drafted?
Yeah,
by the
Dylan
Nationals?
Cruz.
Yeah, Dylan Cruz, duh. Round 6, pick 165, 201 games that Gavin Dugas appeared in LSU, 178 starts. He himself batted .287. He got hit by, I think it was 732 pitches in his time at LSU. Another CWS All-Tournament team member, as he was fantastic down the stretch. Really good on both Gavin Dugas and Trey Morgan. You continue to see, I mean, when you read these guys' careers and their numbers, you just continue to see how well constructed and what a perfect mixture of young talent and veteran talent and leadership this LSU baseball team was. Anything on Dugas, Jake, before we get into whose names weren't called?
Just happy for him, honestly. 6 rounds, not nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's
True.
It's not in the latter portion where they're like, yeah, he's a good college player. We'll take a flyer. Like, they got plans for you if you get selected in the 6th round.
Mm-hmm.
And for all his hard work, for having ups, for having downs, and really his downs were not that low, just for whatever reason, time and time again, you kind of like, you lose him in the fall.
Yeah.
And then he'd make you notice him in the spring. You know what I'm saying? So,
It
like,
matters.
we wouldn't talk about him, but he's like, okay, well, give me one at bat, and I'm going to show you why I deserve to be there. And his career is fascinating, kind of the way that it played out, but certainly the way it ended. And even this year wasn't in the plans. And, moves to second base, plays a good second base, and now he's getting drafted in the 6th round, going to have a pro baseball future.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. 3 years ago, leads the SEC in doubles, is thinking about leaving. The first person Jay Johnson meets with when he gets a job, I forgot about that. That's the first person that he met with was Gavin Dugas. He already had a plan laid out. Look, come back, school, it's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. He comes back. He doesn't manage to reach the heights of the year before, and then it looks like maybe, he deals with injury and everything else. Maybe he's going to be benched this year, and now he's a 6th-round pick. Yeah. Hell of a job by Gavin Dugas. That is consistency, overcoming adversity, persistence, if you will. More importantly, maybe for our purposes, though, Jake, we say thank you and goodbye to those fallen heroes of the past who will now ascend to the minor leagues. But more importantly, for our purposes, maybe who didn't hear their name called. One player who did not hear his name called, who appears to certainly be heading to Baton Rouge, is the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year, Jake Brown, right-handed pitcher. So yesterday, after the 10th round concluded, he tweeted out 2 tiger emojis. And while it's not 100% confirmation, it's a pretty good sign as he has pulled his name out of the draft that Jake Brown will be coming here to Baton Rouge.
Yeah, and this is always for LSU baseball the time where you start to watch and pay attention and which round are we in, who's been selected, what's their number, will their number be met? And there's some that have already been selected that had no chance of ever getting on campus. But the more that you can get, and certainly Jake Brown being Louisiana's #1 player, just like in football, we know what that means. And so, yeah, you tweet 2 tiger emojis. I mean, that's pretty good confirmation these days.
I would think
Unless,
so
like,
as
he's
well.
hoping Detroit selects him.
I think so as well. I mean, I'm not a journalist. I just know that even Leah Van was like, look, technically it's not.
Well, they have to cover their bases. We're meatheads. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, that's true. I think Jake Brown's coming out.
There you go. Thank you.
Cam Johnson is still more up in the air. Now, we mentioned, we saw from Raleigh Fingers yesterday, Cam Johnson, a surefire first-round talent according to some of these major scouts, has not been picked in the first 10 rounds, but you're not quite out the woods yet. Like, you're definitely trending in the right direction. It's obviously, like, if you get picked in the first 10 rounds, what I've learned, what the experts tell you, is that you are signing. Like, teams are not wasting a pick on you unless they know that they can sign you. So that's a good sign for LSU. However, I was texting Hunt basically asking, does this mean he's for sure coming here? And Hunt said, not out the woods quite yet, as if he gets picked today, a team could have leftover money to overpay for him. And he mentions Carter Young last year, who got taken by the Orioles late, but they had over $1 million left to get him and paid way above slot value to get him to join the organization. So in terms of getting the big 6'5", 250 lefty who lives at 95 and's been playing at IMG, and they called CC Sabathia, in terms of getting him, yesterday was a very good step in the right direction, but it is not 100% quite yet.
Yeah, that's why the baseball draft is completely different than anything that we know in other sports. I mean, you get selected in football if you fall and you get selected somewhere. Like, good luck trying to get any amount of money that's over what the slotted value is. You're getting the slotted value.
Yeah.
And there's no negotiation. Like, you can go 2% up, maybe get creative 2% in the signing bonus, but that's about it. It's very small margin. Yeah. It's not this. So it's just a completely different game.
So here's whatever, man. I want Cam Johnson to do whatever Cam Johnson wants to do. If he wants to go make money and go try to be a pro, go for it. Selfishly, as an LSU Tiger baseball fan, I would be ecstatic if he chose to come down to Baton Rouge, especially as you're going to be replacing some arms and getting more elite arms. It never hurts. All right, so there's your draft recap. Why don't we do this? Let's go. We're going to do a break. When we get back, we'll talk about a new coaching hire who's joining Jay Johnson's staff, and then we'll dive in to SEC Media Days, talk a little footballs. We're just a few days away. As always, youtube.com/1045ESPN. If you want to get involved, come hang out in the chat. I would encourage you, if you want to help out the fellas. Taylor and Mario do great work on all this, but the Off the Bench Tigers channel, the Off the Bench Saints channels are worth the sub as well. If you just don't want to have to deal with all of my, uncouth shenanigans, that can give you all the sports that your heart desires. We'll be back with more OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special, grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you.
Pop, pop.
What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR. We'll recap day 3 of the MLB Draft and have a much clearer picture of how LSU's 2024 roster will look. Join us Tuesdays AFR 3 to 6, 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Hope you're having a wonderful summer. Let's go, boys. That Napoleon trailer yesterday, absolute.
You end up watching it?
Banger.
Nice.
Yes. Ooh, Goosebump City. Also, I think I mentioned it yesterday in passing. You know, I'm a big fan of biographies, and I've read plenty of them in my life. And even like, you know, like a person who has a biography has almost never had one written about them. Like, they always have some really dark stuff in there, right? Because it's hard to get to the point where somebody writes about you like that and you don't have to do something insane at some point, right? Like I come out of like the Julius Caesar biography, right? By Adrian Goldsmith, and I like him, but this is also a man who just absolutely murdered it out, like genocide an entire group of people in the Gauls, right? But I sit there and I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. Like there's parts about it, whatever. Where I'm going with this is I tried to read a big Napoleon one, and it was the only one that I've ever just stopped because I did not like him. Like he just pissed me off kind of. And I think the trailer kind of captured that. Like it doesn't look, you know, it's very grimy as it should be. It's very dark and dour. Like, and that's not to say that he doesn't have like great leadership insights and all this stuff. And he loves chess. He wasn't any good at it, but he loved it. So I mean, he's like me. Like I should be. Maybe I'll try to revisit it. But yeah, Ridley Scott, dude, are you kidding me? And Joaquin Phoenix? And major production values?
That's what I was saying. Like, that's 3 checks for me when I was watching the trailer yesterday.
Let's go, dude. So it's going to be pretty cool. Our old producer, Nathan Velasquez, was texting me. And Spielberg's been trying to work on a script that I guess Stanley Kubrick wrote like his whole life about Napoleon. And who knows what happens now, right? Ridley Scott may just blow that thing out in the water. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Welcome back, though, to OTB.
Did you ever see Indiana Jones?
Still no.
Okay.
No. I'm going to try to go take the kids see Elemental this weekend. Unfortunately, Indiana Jones is falling into a trap that's just all too real nowadays, which is just waiting for it on Disney Plus. You know, like it's hard if it's not a kid's. It's hard to. It's just selective. It's just more selective to try to get out to the movies and see something.
And also, you probably have to use your, you know, hey, I need to go see this movie, babe, card for Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes. It's not like in the past, pre-kids, where I could go to the movie like 3 or 4 times a week. And have that, you know, some of those old movie memberships where you just like, you paid per month. It was great. But hey, times change. And it's nowhere is that more apparent than LSU, as we've been talking about the draft and now a new coaching hire for the Tigers. So in case you missed it, Josh Simpson, who is the director of operations at LSU, left and joined Wes Johnson over there in Athens at UJ. He's going to be their recruiting coordinator. Well, LSU, or Jay Johnson, went back to a somewhat familiar face as he goes and hires Terry Rooney. To be the director of recruiting and player development. Rooney's been the pitching coach and recruiting coordinator at Purdue the last couple of years. Rooney actually has LSU history, and a good one at that. He was pitching coach for Paul Mainieri at Notre Dame. Paul Mainieri gets the LSU job. Rooney follows him here. He spends 2 years in Baton Rouge. While here, he lands the #1 class in the nation. They go to the College World Series in 2008. Then he leaves to be head coach at UCF. In the interim, he found his way to Alabama, Houston, Purdue. At other times, he's been at George Washington, James Madison, Old Dominion, Stetson. That is a coaching lifestyle right there, Jake. Here's one thing that is kind of intimidating me. How intense do you think it is to be the director of recruiting for Jay Johnson?
Good luck.
I mean, right?
Good luck. That is something that you've got to know, that you are going to have the head coach involved heavily in everything that you do. And it does take, I mean, all jokes aside, you and I have both seen coaches that can handle it and can't handle the head coach being involved. And I would assume Terry Rooney, with the places that he's been, he certainly knows what he's getting into. And one thing about Jay, he's like, when he loses someone, he's ready to go. Like, he's got his list. He's almost like an athletic director. Like, he's got his list of guys that he wants to go out there and get, because look, he might know a day or two ahead of time. Like, as soon as he loses someone, he is ready with the next name and someone with a resume like this ready to go.
And it's I guess it's becoming old practice. I mean, what is has he replaced pitching coaches now both years?
Yeah, third. Yeah,
recruit. Like I feel like there's been and it's a good thing. It's a good thing when your assistants are being hired away. It means you're hiring very well. But yeah, I guess to your point, Jake, it's something that what you're talking about is something that he's had to get very good at. All right, LSU baseball in the books for today. Anything else, boys? Nope. On the baseball front,
I think Mario and Taylor both had a big baseball thing they wanted to get to, right?
Yeah, Danielle.
Oh yeah, baseball
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to mention that like the season's wrapped up. That's a big one.
Okay, yeah, it's a good call.
I know that Ty Floyd struck out Paul Skeens when Paul Skeens played for Air Force.
Shout out Evan Sachs, who pointed that out on Twitter. We always talk about Cruz homing off of Skeens. Mm-hmm. Nobody mentions that Ty Floyd struck him out.
Well, and the coolest part, it was Cruz's first home run at LSU was off of Skeens. Floyd's first strikeout was Paul Skeens.
Hey,
this team, dude.
Mario sparking the baseball conversation.
This team, yeah, good job. Good job.
Hell
Patting himself on the back.
Baseball savant.
He just said, great, third person, gave himself an attaboy.
That's a good segue, then they point out the segue. Like, you got to let it, there's art in letting it live on its own, right?
Like Ty Floyd's pitches.
Instead of pointing out how good your kid is at the sport, just let your kid be good and let others notice. But you'll learn. I am proud of you, though, for what it's worth, but you just took a little bit of that pride away. You just blunted the edge a little
Net positive. We'll take it.
Yeah, I would say so, actually. Moving on to LSU football, SEC Media Days next week. I am just vibrating from my toes. I'm so excited to go to Nashville. I've never been in my entire life.
Yeah.
I'm cutting a pair of jeans into jorts. I've already got plans to buy boots and a 10-gallon hat while I'm there. I'm going to wear a cowboy hat the entire time, I'm thinking.
Okay, so cowboy hat and boots acceptable, no jorts in Nashville.
Why?
That's not a jort city.
It's going to be so hot.
I mean, it will be, but look,
you're not going to Gainesville.
Yeah, you do.
I know the Ville part of you might have thrown you off there.
No. They wear jorts in Nashville, surely. It's like a country music thing.
Mm-mm.
Telling me Jason Aldean doesn't wear jorts? You're telling me Morgan Wallen doesn't wear jorts?
Morgan Wallen might, because he's not country.
Okay.
Jason Aldean definitely does not.
There you go.
Yeah.
What about Trace Adkins?
No.
I love that you.
Yeah,
that's not Trace.
That's not Trace Adkins.
That's Josh Turner. That is not Trace Adkins.
Give me a good Trace Adkins.
No, look, jorts are not nearly as country as you think they are.
Give me a good Trace Adkins.
Honky Tonk Badonky Donk?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I always think that's Miley Cyrus's dad that sings that song.
Billy Ray?
He sings Achy Breaky Heart.
Yeah.
I get the two mixed up.
Yeah.
So whatever. Y'all just completely...
Trace Adkins from Louisiana.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from North
where?
Louisiana.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, Bo.
Isn't he like 6'7"?
Yeah, big fella.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's a giant man. Well, you completely blew up my George spot here.
Sorry, man.
I don't know what to do now. You've made me very insecure about all my choices and about my national trip. I'm having to revisit. But LSU.
Oh, he's from Sarepta. Sarepta, Louisiana.
Bless you. What?
Sarepta?
What is that?
You don't know where that... I thought you know a lot of North Louisiana.
No, I know. I've never heard. But then again, I realize how much I don't know. Like, Blackwell's drove over there from West Monroe, and he said his GPS took him a different way, and he's going through like Lucky and all sorts of towns I'd never heard of.
So Sarepta, you got Plain Dealing, Spring Hill, Sarepta's in the middle, Cotton Valley is right south of it, Haynesville's to the east.
Think I've heard of Haynesville? Has anybody heard?
You've heard of Haynesville
because
of
my
their
mom
football
went to high
team.
school.
Okay,
she's a Golden Tour.
Yeah.
It's where Devin White's from.
There we go. Not from Sarepta, from Haynesville.
No, he's from Spring Hill, which is just north of Sarepta.
Okay. What are we even talking about?
Very
I kind
close
of
to Arkansas.
Where Trace Adkins is from.
Trace Adkins.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to take this. I screwed this segment up.
You know what you need?
Let's
forget the jorts. You need you a good belt buckle.
Ooh, yeah.
I know.
You can get like a custom
I've
one.
got a solid, just
I do need
good old.
I do not have a belt
oval
buckle.
What?
with a good old H on it.
Wait,
buckle.
is that not a huge upset?
No belt buckle for me.
That Taylor wouldn't have?
I've always thought about getting one. I just never did.
I thought to be an LP citizen, they checked you at the border, and
So
if you weren't wearing a belt buckle, they held you out.
After COVID, they got lenient on all that crap.
Yeah.
So
I feel like a lot, dude. We were just complaining this morning about people coming in the office.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Turn this back into to sports. Trace Atkins, walk-on offensive lineman for Louisiana Tech.
What?
Yeah. How about that?
God, imagine him making like a call, like a lucky call or something, or like a baller.
Lucky.
Yeah, there you go. It's not good. Why are you you're doing a bull.
That's the bulldog.
Bulldog.
Thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
my
Hester
bad,
taught
my
it
bad. I
to me,
misunderstood.
No,
that.
what are you doing? No, it's not horns down. It's like this.
No,
Okay,
he was kind of doing that. He was kind of doing that. He just had his fingers a little extended.
I don't have the motion in my fingers to do
Go
it.
dogs.
I saw the dog ears, Mario. I saw him there. All right, well, you know what? Repeat it. We're going to go to break, and then when we get back, we're going to run it back, and we'll actually talk about SEC Media Days and LSU football coming up next. Your notes.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I apologize.
take a lap.
Take a lap. Make it a long one. Gordon. Get Gordon. Dude, I don't know if y'all have seen all the Mason Smith content coming out lately, but our guy is ready to go. And one of the reasons why I learned this is because if you follow Gordon McKernan, Injury Turners at Get Gordon, you can see some of your favorite members of the G team in interview settings, and just hearing Mason Smith talk about how much this last year made him realize, Jake, like how much he missed football, how much he was kind of taking it for granted, and how motivated he is to get back out there. Let's go. He is going to dominate this fall. And if you need somebody who's going to dominate for you in the courtroom you want, Gordon McKernan, Injury Turners, 225-888-8888.
Yeah, the G team just dominated the MLB Draft. Right, we saw a couple of guys selected yesterday, the part of the G team. Go to the website, getgordon.com. There you can see a list of cases they can handle, past client results, all right there at your fingertips. Getgordon.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Get 3.99% financing on select 2023 models at Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. And we also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're reacting to rounds 3 through 10 in the MLB Draft and previewing the rest of it. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hustlers shooting 8 ball, throwing darts at the wall, feeling damn near 10 feet tall. Here she comes, Lord help us all. OTW's girlfriend done slapped him out his chair. Poor old boy, it ain't his fault. It's so hard not to stare at that honky-tonk, but donk-a-donk. Keeping perfect rhythm make you wanna swing along. Got it going on like Donkey Kong. And ooh, shut my mouth, slap your grandma.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Who could have known?
Or what?
This was the prophecy that Lainey Wilson later had to fulfill. A couple Louisiana natives. Trace Atkins must have had a vision and a dream or something at some point. Actually, pretty cool little anecdote come from the chat here. Jake Nola says, Trace Atkins was on Good Morning America talking about being at Louisiana Tech the same time as Kim Mulkey and how he had a huge crush on her. Said they're friends. That'd be a power couple. I could see it. I mean, to be honest, who would not? Maybe if Trace Atkins turned on the charm, it'd be very hard to say no. I don't know what he looked like in college. Maybe he was a bit ogreish or something. But like when I saw him live in concert, I just cannot remember how, when, or where. But I just remember thinking that man is giant. He had beautiful long hair, and his voice was so baritone and deep that I was like, that'll get all the badonky donk that his big heart could desire.
He's been in a lot of movies lately, too.
Has he really?
Shows,
yeah, TV shows, movies.
Is he in the Sheridan verse?
No.
Oh,
no.
Shocking.
Tim McGraw is.
Yeah, he's the main character, right? On what, 1883?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Trey Truth is a former Nash Vegas resident. Jorts are not a thing.
Yeah, where'd you get that from? Who told you that? Somebody, whoever told you, that's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm saying.
They
I was
set
trying
you
to
up
help him
for
out.
failure.
No one told me anything.
I was trying to help you out.
My brain, I'm thinking country music. I think jorts and boots.
No,
for maybe,
nobody wears jorts.
For maybe, the female listeners, maybe. Like jean shorts and boots.
Well, perfect. It's time to gender bend, boys. It's time to break down barriers.
If anybody can pull it off, it's you.
Oh, is that Trace?
That is Trace.
Oh, come on now, Bo. Look at him. 5-0. Yeah, I agree. These milky, creamy thighs.
What year would that have been? My father-in-law played
Guys,
football.
we're doing it again.
Stop.
Hold on. No,
my father-in-law played football at Louisiana Tech, and that feels like a picture I've seen before. I have to know. And my father-in-law was there, as Coach Mulkey has laid out before, the same time she was.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They might have been teammates.
Yeah, good.
I'm going to call my father-in-law.
Maybe he
used
to put on a purge mask and hump Trace Atkins.
Yeah, he probably didn't do that.
Awesome.
Probably didn't do that. Oh, Mario, you like that too much.
That was funny.
Mario,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Pat Fitzgerald got fired. In case you missed it, but who cares?
I like dart jokes. I'm sorry.
Okay, getting to LSU football. Okay, now we're focusing. You work on your father-in-law. Okay, see what you can find. Or actually, maybe wait for the commercial break.
I'm going to boo you like I booed Cole Kubelik in Media Days a couple of years ago.
I know.
Go ahead.
Okay. Are you listening? Okay. So this year, because I need your help here, LSU's bringing Jaden Daniels, Josh Williams, and Mekhi Wingo to SEC Media Days. Immediate thoughts here, Jake. Incredible validation for Josh Williams. Let you speak on that. For Mekhi Wingo and Jaden Daniels, it shows that Brian Kelly is truly running a meritocracy, right? You could be a transfer, you could be whoever, but if you are doing things that align with the process and you're doing it at a high level and you're performing, you will get rewarded. Help me remember. It was Keyshawn Booty, Jack Bash, and who else last year?
We looked this up. Yeah.
Jalari?
Okay, B.J. Jalari.
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. So that is maybe the most fascinating thing to me is the compare and contrasting who came last year, who came this year, and all the insights you can gain as to just how much the program has changed, right? Like Kayshon Boutte only comes last year because he almost has to, right? In a weird way, Kelly's trying to appease him. He still had all this massive potential that had been unfulfilled, and it doesn't do anything. Jack Besh had proven himself on the field in the previous regime and obviously handled himself well during the summer. And so they're like, okay, yeah, sure, throw Besh in there. And then B.J. Ojulari was about, B.J. Ojulari would go in a year in that situation. But there was no quarterback last year. Kayshon was a senior, but B.J. was, a junior, and Besh maybe a sophomore. So there wasn't a lot of upperclassmen leadership last year.
Right.
Now you have
two juniors and a sophomore, yeah.
Now you have a fifth-year senior quarterback. You have an All-American junior D lineman that has had 2 incredible years of college football. And you've got a fifth. Is Josh Williams fifth or fourth year?
At least fourth year.
Okay, so a fourth-year junior, so a senior, in some ways. A fourth-year junior running back who had to earn everything he had the hard way by just forcing the coaches to recognize that he deserves that spotlight. I mean, that is a massively better group than what you bought last year.
Without question. It's not even close. And last year I had quite like Jack Besh had a great freshman year and, did everything right. But it's like, why? You're bringing a sophomore.
Yeah.
And so that was, and then Kayshon, you felt like that maybe was forced a little bit because of all the things that you laid out there. Certainly B.J. Ojulari deserved to be there. But when you lay this group out, I have no arguments, no questions. This is a great group. And Josh Williams, he's that guy, and a lot of LSU teams have had that guy. Every single year, somebody tries to replace him.
Yep.
Every single year. People, in this building, it's like, oh, my gosh, Logan Diggs. Logan's going to play, right? I mean, Noah Cain's going to play. But Josh Williams going to media day shows you what the coaches think about Josh Williams. Go back and watch every game-changing play against Alabama last year. Who was the running back that was in the game? It was Josh Williams. They trust him maybe more than anybody that they trust on offense. That's what he has built up with this coaching staff. And so you can try to replace him. You can do it every single time that a back is signed or you bring one into the portal. And those players are going to play. They are going to matter. They are going to be a part of the bottom line for LSU's success, or if they don't have success. But when you need a guy, when you need a play, Josh Williams, right now number 27, could change. We'll see. He is going to be the guy that's in the game.
Wasn't it, I think probably my favorite block of the year didn't even come from an O-lineman. Wasn't it Josh Williams with the sick layout pancake on the Jade Daniels overtime touchdown against Alabama?
Just working his ass off down the field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A play that is indicative of why Josh Williams got to this point. Didn't have the ball in his hand, yet made the crucial piece to and put it just complete incredible effort to help Jade Daniels find his way to the end zone and then LSU to the win. So does this change your I don't know if it's going to change your read on the running back room, Jake, because you've been in the Josh Williams corner. Do you think this changes the general public? Is he RB1?
It probably is not going to change the general public. There's some people, and again, this isn't just Josh Williams. This is, it feels like 10 different players, and certainly at the running back position that we can kind of continue to go back on. But no, general public's going to have probably their favorite back of the group. And again, it's a very talented room. And LSU has had so much success in their history, certainly recent memory of having a running back by committee. In 03, 07, 11, all of those teams had a running back by committee. Now, 19 was the one that was different because they had Clyde and he played so much, 92, 93% of the snaps. But LSU's always kind of had a running back by committee. Everybody's going to have their role. Josh Williams feels like the first guy's going to trot out there. He feels like the guy that if they need a play, he'll be in there.
Yeah.
Certainly if it's a third down because of his pass protection and what he can do for you there. Somebody stole my notes and my research that I put up on this board. Taylor pointed it out to me. I had all the running backs, Pro Football Focus grades, and I had their pass blocking grades all pinned up there. Yeah, it was pinned up right there. Somebody stole it, probably used for their own research, but I had it up there. But when you grade it out, pass protection, there's no doubt he's going to be in the game. Now it's okay, what is Logan Diggs? What's he going to be for you? What's Noah Cain going to be for you? Where's John Emery at right now? Armani Goodwin's another back. So the talent is there. You've got 5 guys that have starting potential talent.
Yeah.
But now it's on the coaches. I'm not saying they don't have it figured out, but it will continue to evolve as training camp goes on. Where do we place each one of these backs? If we're going to commit to playing 4 or 5 backs, that's fine, but you have to have a role. And also, when you have that role for them, you have to make sure you don't fall into tendencies for the defense.
Sure.
So they know, okay, Noah Cain's in here. It's going to be inside zone. You've got Logan Diggs. It's going to be, let's call it a gap scheme run, whatever it might be, depending on how he plays out in training camp. If Josh Williams is in, he's going to be a pass protector. Maybe he doesn't get. You have to make sure that you don't fall into that, because when you play multiple backs, a tendency is to fall into that.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got to make sure that you get them ready to go on multiple things.
Yeah, you got to do some tendency breakers for sure. But yeah, I think the most important takeaways, if you're an LSU football fan looking at this group of 3 again, is it's just a vastly better calculated and just vastly better 3 than you brought last year in terms of speaking to the composition of the team. And for Josh Williams specifically, what a validation for the former walk-on, who granted, was only a walk-on. He bet on himself.
Yeah.
And probably wouldn't have been a walk-on if not for injury. But for the former walk-on to now find his way to SEC Media Days, one of the coolest things you can do as a player. Incredible job by J-Dubs. And by Mekhi Wingo and Jane Daniels. Kind of lost in the shuffle here, but we can talk more about that to wrap up the hour next year on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota. All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. That's an All-Star 3. Going to the SEC Media Days. And let's say you want to drive up to Nashville, but you don't want to put miles on the vehicle. Why don't you just rent a vehicle from All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge? I'll get you right. That's how we went to the Senior Bowl. Took that brand new Sienna, which is much as I love my 2020. These 23s are out of control, dude. They're kind of like spaceships. They're awesome. The bottom line, though, is whatever you need, your vehicle, you want a great deal. You want the best service from the best people who are going to help you and your family find your answers. You want to go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
You go to the website and you'll see exactly what T-Bob is talking about. Remember, if you're buying new, you can't customize that vehicle no matter what you want. If you want it murdered out mini, you can do that. If you want the all white with the black wheels and tires, and you want it to look like a stormtrooper, you can do that as well. You have so many different options. Go check those options out today. All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down to my last dime. my love down the path.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding?
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR. We'll recap day 3 of the MLB Draft and have a much clearer picture of how LSU's 2024 roster will look. Join us Tuesdays AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low. And put some music on that's soft and slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about this all day long.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Just to be your man.
There you go. It's not Trace Atkins, which you just learned.
Yeah, it's
but
Josh Turner.
Great voice. Great voice.
Great song. We're getting ready for Nashville today, boys.
Yeah, feels like it, don't it?
Yeah, I think we just got to keep this going all week long.
Cut the jeans.
Taylor's so excited.
Dude, I'm about it. I'm ready. I got songs. I got songs in the chamber for Mario, ready to go.
Taylor's been training his entire life for this moment. Country music lead-ins to Off the Bench.
I will say this, though. Here's the deal, though. You got to pick the sweet spot of 90s, early 2000s country so T-Bob and I can enjoy it as well. If you start playing that new stuff, we got no chance.
No, we can do a little When Daddy Let Me Drive.
Yeah.
Is that Alan Jackson?
Alan Jackson.
Yeah. I used to love that song.
He's
He what?
He what?
These Daddy Let Me Drive.
Yeah.
Is that about
Have you never heard it before? I mean, yes,
No.
it is. So if you're someone approaching country music from what are the stereotypical country music hallmarks, with Daddy Let Me Drive is going to hit.
Yeah, that's on
a
there.
lot
but
of these stereotypical country
it's a
music
good song.
hallmarks. It's a great song.
What's the one about Brad Paisley talking about fishing and the
I'm
missus?
gonna miss her.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
It is a good one.
That's a good one.
A lot of talk right now in the chat. Meal saying it feels like we've been waiting on the John Emery big season for a decade now. I think I agree with that. I think with Emery, I'm at a Zion point.
Yeah, are we tired of talking about it?
Even he's played more than Zion, but yes.
No, I know. But I'm I just, I wish the best for him. I want him to be able to produce to what his natural talent abilities are, but I'm not expecting anything of him. Though he always was good against Alabama.
That's
Whatever it's
fair.
worth.
That's fair. I think he flashed a significant amount of, I want to say potential because they were big plays. Like the touchdown against Auburn. Does LSU win the game without that play? The touchdown against Alabama, really good cutback for a score. Does LSU?
That little hezzy move.
He contributed to a winning SEC West championship season. It's not like he's done nothing.
No, for sure. But I feel you, Mario. But when you're the number one running back in the nation, people are always going to have bigger expectations, which isn't fair because people develop at different rates.
I think to your point, would we still be talking about John Emery 5 years later about breaking out if he was a 3-star recruit?
No,
we would not. That is a fact. I mean, we wouldn't.
No, Taylor's
the
right
potential's there. The consistency hasn't been, and he clearly has a lot of work to do academically. But you see the 5-star talent,
and that's what I hate because, and you can disagree with me, but I have a relationship with him. He's a good kid.
He's a great kid.
I promise you, he's a good kid.
And he went through some stuff during COVID too, man. But yeah, he is.
Now, some of the blame, some of those things certainly falls on him, but he is a good kid, and you root for him, and you hope that he can find it, a way and a path to get back onto the field.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said Kayshon Boutte went to media days last year. I was wrong. Roy Kent says that Mike Jones.
I knew we looked it up.
You're right.
Mike Jones.
And I knew it was a name that we were like, that's on all of us. That's not just you.
That said, though,
because we were there. Maybe even more validate your point.
A lot of the points still stand.
I think even more so, actually.
Like they literally said Mike Jones because look, Mike Jones is a great player, great teammate, incredible in interview scenarios, right? But not normally the player that finds his way to SEC Media Day. Thank you, Roy, for keeping us honest there.
Roy's a great name.
Has anyone included T-Bob and Hester into alt country? Some damn good music, Turnpike Troubadours.
Yeah, I don't consider that country though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm throwing like bro country is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
A little Turnpike Troubadours.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Tuesday, July 11th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 94. Coming up on OTB, we take your questions in a new edition of OTB Mailbag, so get your questions into the Bayou 4 chat using the hashtag OTB Mailbag, and we will answer them. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel, and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Whiskey is a gasoline that lights the fire that burns the bridge. Ice creates a water that's no longer running under it.
No, Marv, keep the country up and the whatever you're doing down. What is this?
We're going to
line mix you're trying
Nashville.
to do?
Sorry,
Come
I
on.
forgot to hit the button.
We're going
Dang.
to Nashville.
Crank it up. So this is new George Strait?
Came out with this like 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay, hell yeah. It's new to me, Bo.
Feels new to me. Good one.
Welcome back, OTB.
So,
Thibodeau.
question:
Yeah.
Did Atkins create the term honky tonk, like with that
No,
song?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Can I try a city boy answer and y'all judge if I'm correct or not?
Yeah.
To me, honky tonk has always just been like a great little drinking spot, dive bar. Maybe it doesn't even have to be a bar, just somewhere where people go to drink and dance.
Yep.
Essentially, right?
Yeah, you got it.
There you
Like
go.
a modern day saloon, if you will.
Yeah.
Honky
Okay,
tonk.
perfect. And it's been around the term's been around for a long time.
If you Google honky tonk, I think it comes up a cheap bar. Like literally says a cheap bar, typically associated with country music.
There you go.
What about badonkadonk? Did he coin that term?
No, but
Probably not.
donk, I'm pretty sure, has always referred to the posterior
Yes.
of a person.
But since before that song.
But he coined using the two terms in unison. Now, I'm not sure if somebody else had already made it up and he just turned it into a song, but it was the first time that I heard honky tonk and
Rhymed with
badonkadonk used
badonkadonk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Look, all art
Lyricist
is
of our generation.
All art is iterative, right? It's like who had the quote? If I've seen further, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants who came before me. That's Trace Atkins. On one shoulder is badonkadonk, the other is honky tonk, and there's Atkins standing and straddling the gap like Jean-Claude Van Damme doing a little big 6-7 split.
I do find it. I mean, not picking on Mario, but that obviously like that's not his world. But like to
Country
ask
music.
honky tonk,
No,
like
mine
honky tonk's
me
been a
neither,
term for a long time. It's just funny.
Yeah,
Different.
Nick, you
'Cause
said at least
could
it's
say
the
something
50s.
in rap, and I would have no idea what you're talking about. So
Thibodeau says, how about the time when Kane Brown had to call the police to come rescue him because he got lost on his own property that was only 30 acres? Some yuppie stuff
it's
right there.
only 30 acres. See, I said, when you told me during the break, I said, that's a little bit of a flex.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like hundreds of acres. 30? No, bro. You can't get lost on 30 acres.
That happened in that Succession episode. Remember, they go to Adrian Brody. They go to Adrian Brody. We're not going to no spoilers or anything, but they go see Adrian Brody, and he's trying to give off the vibe like he's like,
He has no idea where he's
cool
at.
Cali outdoorsman, and then he just gets completely lost in
Look,
his own property.
I'm not a Kane Brown fan, but in his defense, it was like the first day he had the property. But that dude should have toured the whole place before he bought it.
But there's just certain things you can't do.
No, you can't.
Like you have to spend the night outside.
You
wait for
can-
the
yeah,
sun
you
to
cannot
rise.
call for help.
You
You
use
can't
the
do it.
sun to orient yourself, and then you find a way.
Yeah, you can't call for help.
You find a way back home. I don't think you're gonna get played.
Bilbo. I don't know. Where's Bilbo from?
I think Miami. I'm not sure. South
Bilbo,
Florida. I think South Florida.
30 acres, Bo, where I grew up. Like, I didn't have money to have 30 acres, but 30 acres is not like
it's not that much.
A huge amount of land to get lost in. Like, it's a big amount if you're from Miami, certainly.
Yes.
But
everything's gonna be
hell,
relevant.
Flynn had like 57 acres in St. Francisville.
Damn, Bo. Let's go get lost in there. Let's see. Hashtag OTP mailbag. That's coming up next. We got a couple questions rolling in. If you want to go ahead and get your questions in there. Hey, can you bring up that Marco Wilson video from Saturday on South? Because I want to get a group judgment here. So, of course, Marco Wilson is the thrower of the shoe, the infamous LSU Florida shoe toss. And he was sitting down on a pod. He was asked about it. And it's weird because it's just an incredible look, Jake, at how so much good. No, it's like a commentary kind of on reputation and all these other sorts of things because, like, he's actually a pretty amazing football player, right? He starts all 36 games he was in Gainesville. They go to the Peach Bowl, Orange Bowl, and Cotton Bowl. He's on back-to-back 10-win teams. He gets drafted in the 4th round.
Got a hell of an arm.
He's played in 28 games in the NFL, 3 picks, 40 tackles. Like, he is a damn good football player. And yet all people remember him for is this shoe toss. And here's what Marco had to say when asked if he'd do it again.
If you had a chance to do it again, will you throw the shoe?
Oh, 100%. I'd probably throw it further.
That actually would have helped him. I always say the worst thing you did was throw the shoe right towards the referee.
Taylor, can you? We don't need sound, but can you pause it on Marco Wilson's fit because we're gonna need to talk about that
what
as
he's
well.
wearing.
But look, boys, I love the shoe toss much. The next person, Wilson's clearly trolling here. I don't think he's actually doubling down. I think he's making a joke. What's your read on it, Jake?
I mean, a little bit, but also he's leaning in.
That's what I'm saying. You wrap yourself up in the stuff that people attack you with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think so. Now,
you're shaking your head, Taylor. You disagree.
No, he seems like an idiot in this video, honestly. You're going to throw it again. It's like, I know that I'm going to get a penalty and lose my team the game, but to hell with it, I'll do it again.
It's a little disrespectful to the rest of the team. Dan Mullen's got to be like smoking a blunt somewhere.
Like, do you believe him? I'm like, no, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I don't believe him. I think he's just leaning in. He's making a joke on a pod.
I really do hope he's joking.
Even if it is a joke, it could be in poor taste because that was like a really bad loss for Florida. They were going to make the playoff, right?
That's true.
Had an opportunity.
They had an opportunity to.
Even though it's so funny how deranged and broken Florida fans are. I read one comment, Jake, where the Gator fans like, "Wow, doubling down. What a commentary on Mullen's culture." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, but you are looking for anybody to blame for where you're at currently. Like, all Dan Mullen could have done was recruit. He just got sick of the BS. Like, in terms of coaching football, good luck finding a better actual football coach than Dan Mullen.
Dan Mullen works with us over on Sirius XM now. He's happy as a lark.
He is living his best life. He lives on Lake Oconee. He golfs all the time. He coaches his son's football team. He goes into the junior high or high school coach's office and watches film with them once a week. Like, yes, why would he want to coach again?
Crazy question. Could he go back to Moose State? Like, could that be an option down the road?
He can do whatever he wants.
If it doesn't,
he'd have that option.
Yes, if he's called Mississippi State.
He was 69 and 46 there. Yeah.
Yeah. If he called them and said, "I want that,"
that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't work out with Arnett, I could totally see that.
I don't think he wants to coach. At least not right now. Like, conversations with him, he loves what he's doing right now and the extracurricular living on a lake stuff that he's got going on. Yeah,
bro, he can do a 360 on a wake surf.
Bro,
it's hard.
Hey, he was 10-3, 11-2, 8-4 at Florida.
I know, he was awesome. He just got sick of recruiting, and they
finished 6th, and 12th in the country.
And the end of 2020 broke him. Losing that game to LSU, having everybody leave at the end of the year, he said F it.
God, almost beat Alabama.
I know. He said F it. But think about it. He did it with running quarterbacks. Then he randomly does it with Trask. Like, Dan Mullen's an incredible football coach. Just didn't want to recruit. Thank you, Marco Wilson. Also, going back to his fit, though, do I live in a time machine? This looks like Ja Rule on TRL back in the day. Like, tell me, Jake, this is not some early 2000s style right here, dude. That is unreal. What are those glasses? Are those Oakleys?
I hope so.
Are those white Oakleys?
God, if you had white Oakleys, that was a flex.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Ja Rule, I don't know if he gets TRL status anymore. He's more Firefest.
Well, no. Back in the 2000s, Ja Rule was TRL status for sure. Dude.
I'm going to go with that's Mario back. Not you, Mario, but Mario.
Let Me Love You.
The singer, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept Mario as well. Yeah. But that is just a early 2000s look. Right now, our guy is rocking.
Don't tempt me with getting the old Hollister out of the closet.
You won't. Go to Nashville. I dare you do an entire Nashville day with puka shells, a tight Hollister shirt, and what, like cargo pants? What else would you have rocked
No,
in the
I didn't
bottom?
wear cargo pants. I mean, I didn't need the extra storage. Just some jeans.
Nah, you need some cargo.
With some
you need those
Birkenstocks.
old Abercrombie's that were cargo pants that unzipped into shorts.
I had those.
Yeah, I did
had
too. They
those,
were
but that was a
fire.
little bit earlier than the days that you're talking about. If I would have lost a bet, I surely would have done it. Maybe not the highlights.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't know if I'd have done that far, but
Oh man. So is Chris Dorian flying out Sunday?
I don't know. But I'll be there whenever he's landing. I might wait. Y'all might take an Uber to the hotel, and I'm waiting.
You're gonna be like fans waiting on.
Yeah.
You need to have a sign like "Go Tigers" ready for him. Just really bring attention to Chris Dorian in his full uniform.
Mm-hmm. God, it's gonna be so good.
All right. When we get back, OTB mailbag. We got some Saints talk coming up after that. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN. If you want to get your questions in the chat. Emil says Amarion would rock that beanie. Yes, Amarion's a good call right there for sure.
That's a good one.
And if you're watching online, please hit the like button. I want to hit 100 likes. Let's go, boys. Like it up. Like it up. And we'll see you in a couple of minutes for more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Here at Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, we have in stock 2023 Toyota Tundras, and you can get $1,000 special edition bonus cash. $1,000 bonus cash. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
aerobics floaty.
Cool noodles up, everyone!
This summer, welcome to temporary retirement. Coors Light, made to chill. Copyright 2023 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
When you cook with love, it's got to be good. Your special event catered at Ashley Manor or off-site with Louisiana Bayou Bistro. Your event never tasted so good. From crawfish balls to corporate events. Ashley Manor and Louisiana Bayou Bistro, making your special event something else.
After further review with Matt Moscona, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're reacting to rounds 3 through 10 in the MLB Draft and previewing the rest of it. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There was the only love I'd known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back, being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine.
Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Wait. Okay, this actually, I won't count this in mailbag, but Noogie says has to go to mailbag. Did T-Bob curse the poor kid Vlad injured in the home run derby? Did you see? I did not mean to, guys.
You did. I sent it to you last night.
I should have known. I did it. We did it with the Zion first pick where he spoke into reality. We're talking about how yesterday, I've never seen a kid just get smoked to the ball, and then last night, that poor kid just took one to the dome. Was she out? We can watch the video and see.
I just saw that one clip.
Later. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the clip didn't stay on her, but
no, they quickly
she didn't
cut back to Vlad. So I didn't watch live. Did anybody? Did we circle back around? Did we get confirmation the kid's okay? Or is this like one of those out of sight, out of mind, where they drag the person off off the camera?
I don't know. I only saw the clip. Remembered you asking the question yesterday, so I sent it to the group.
Bad news. Bad news. All right. OTB mailbag. Here we go.
Special delivery! I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
OTB mailbag. What happens first in college baseball? USC wins its 13th natty, or LSU wins 7 more to pass them?
LSU.
All day, every day. Just like the last 3.
When was USC winning all these natties? The 70s?
70s, 80s.
Okay.
Early 90s, they were still good, relevant.
I can't remember the coach's name. I
something Robinson, right?
Yeah, I randomly hung out with his.
You were thinking of John Robinson, probably.
No, it's not
football.
Robinson. It's not Robinson.
USD football.
I'd recognize it if I heard it.
That John Robinson shout out lives in Baton Rouge still. Shout out Coach Robinson.
Oh, hell yeah. J. Rob.
I've heard so much about that game in the 70s between LSU and USC that LSU lost.
Don't tempt Condon to come in here and talk about it.
Hashtag go to mailbag. Best LSU players from different area codes in Louisiana. Ooh, I don't know. Jake knows better than me.
That would be fun, to take every area code that we have, and even if they grew up in Lafayette when it was the 318, but still give them the 337.
Yeah, give them the 337.
You know what I'm saying? That actually
is this just football or is this all sports?
I think you do it as football and you do your top 3 maybe.
Yeah, I'm going.
If you do it in basketball and baseball, it might get a little deep cutty.
318. I can't even 318. I got 73 names rolling around my
Multiple
head.
Hall of Famers. Right, potentially. I mean,
you got Burt Jones, you got Whitworth, you got Devin White, you got Trey White. I mean, that's just off the top of my mind.
Jacob Hester.
No, you do not have him.
Yeah, you do.
He's not in that category.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. Does Garrett Edwards and Jordan Thompson sign today when the name is called? Oh, Jordan Thompson in the draft yet?
No.
When talk around the draft, like second round pick and stuff?
Well, maybe not that high, but I think a lot of people were surprised. Dugas going 6th round and maybe Jordan not yet going. Although, like, I love the fact that Dugas did get picked because, I mean, he's had a really, really nice career. He's another one of those guys that, always try to get replaced. And he's like, no, you're not going to.
Is Thompson...
He would have another year.
Return?
Yeah. Because he came in the same year as Morgan and Cruz.
Interesting. And then... But Garrett Edwards, it doesn't matter either way because even if he came back, he wouldn't be able to play next year. Is Tommy John?
Maybe.
Okay. Huh.
At some point.
I'd forgotten about that. Wow, that Jordan Thompson guy took me back. All right, let's see what else we got here. Trying to find in the chat.
Derek Smith says he was projected to go 5th round. So,
still surprising. Yeah. I mean, we're what, into 11 today?
Yeah.
I believe. Do you have the chat? My computer is, imagine that, not working great.
I'm looking. I think more people are interested in what you're wearing to SEC Media Day.
Do I need is it a Stetson? Is that, what's the thing that you wear around your neck? That
it's a bolo.
Bolo. That's a bolo tie. That's
Stetson's a hat.
Stetson's a hat.
And do not wear that in Nashville.
A bolo tie?
No, well, that too, but
whoa, you can wear a
goddamn
bolo tie if you want to.
I thought a Stetson was just a 10-gallon cowboy hat.
Stetson, no. Stetson's more like the flat.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to be like
Phillip
Jay
Rivers
Cutler and
is
Kristen
country with a
Calamari.
K, and he wears a bolo. So don't be...
Phillip's also older than me, which I get, but I just feel like nobody... I feel like...
Are you an ageist?
An old guy
I feel
Are
like
you an ageist?
nobody... No, I'm saying nobody wears a bolo tie nowadays, like Nashville, whatever. It's just... I just don't see it as
Are
a
you
thing
sure
anymore.
it hasn't come back in an ironic way, the same way we just saw Marco Wilson looking like Omarion?
I don't think so.
I don't know it. Has that come back?
Yes, Wilson's look absolutely. I mean, early 2000s are back in a big way.
He's wearing it, but
so I'm thinking jorts, bolo, 10-gallon hat, cowboy boots, and everybody's gonna be like, "This dude's from Nashville."
The boots were.
He's a native.
Yeah, not touristy at all.
For you to go all in, like Canadian tuxedo, 2 different types of denim, bolo tie, 10-gallon hat with some Tony Lamas on.
So if you're gonna do the jorts,
just inside,
T-Bob, do a denim vest with the jorts with no shirt on, just the denim vest.
Well, vest wouldn't be bad, maybe.
Yeah.
What shirt should I wear?
No shirt, just the denim vest.
Wear a pearl snap.
I'm not confident enough to go no shirt denim vest. That's gonna, if I can, anything that hides my lower gut, I'm cool with. Like if you made me like a 1920s power lifter in a circus, and I got to wear that band where only like my upper ab showed, like I feel like I would look okay. But once the tire gets exposed, that's when we start to run into problems.
That's what everybody kind of does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like,
pull it all the way up,
dude. If high-waisted jeans weren't for guys the way they are for girls, I'd be like living my best life, dude. I'd be killing it.
Okay, yeah. I got one if there's no questions.
Okay, yeah.
Y'all are very tuned into SEC Media Days, the last 5 or 6 years especially. What's the best appearance you can remember from a player? Could be LSU, could be wherever, and then what's the worst?
I got that. Alante Taylor, best.
Tennessee.
Oh, really?
Alante Saints. Yeah,
okay,
Alante Taylor will take our he'll take our job one day. Not like us, but like someone's job in this game, he's going to take one day. He was incredibly impressive. Unbelievable.
Alante Taylor, okay, dude. And he's balling out. I mean, he's going to be a big role in the Saints this year, dude.
Yeah.
Do they want him to take over nickel?
He's definitely in the competition to start.
Right? Because, I mean, Lattimore's going to be on one side. Who's going to be opposite of Lattimore?
Adebo.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Adebo,
who did we have on the other day?
Ross Jackson?
Yeah, he was talking about Paulson Adebo and Alante Taylor kind of fighting for that spot.
Yeah.
I guess the other would slide down into the nickel.
You would think, yeah. Would kind of be the natural.
Dude, he was incredibly. I mean, he was on like the leadership council, so it's Bryce Young, really, really, really good. Like it's almost like, oh my gosh, I like you.
Ronnie Brown. No.
The QB from Georgia that transferred a bunch. People were like in love with him after he went to
JT Daniels.
JT Daniels, yeah.
Well, he has such full lips.
He was okay.
Everybody wanted him to like marry their daughter. Like he like really impressed people apparently.
As far as like the worst Mario, this is gonna sound awful. There's a lot of bad. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we probably would have been Well, maybe not as bad.
Didn't
but
T-Bob go?
To what?
Media days?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Russell Shepard got suspended over some BS. To show you how far we have come. See, Mario, let me be painfully clear with you right now. I'm going to attack you. Okay, I'm telling you up front, I'm going to attack you. When yesterday we were talking about how, some of NIL just doesn't sit right with you, right? Like pay for play. The idea of paying a kid to come here. You're pining for the times, like what your idea, what you want is what led to Russell Shepard being suspended 5 games for staying at his girlfriend's apartment during the interim school session, but saying that he rented an apartment and so collecting a little bit of per diem.
I want in between.
That's absurd. No. You can't have it both ways. That's what you want. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I kind of do think you get. I think we did go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Well, guess what? When a system is flatly illegal for as long as it has been, which the NCAA is, well, you get the rebound effect.
Well, I'm not saying it's not the better of the two. I feel like there could be a middle ground.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
We swung so far the other way, but it's because things were done the wrong way for so long.
I cannot counter without getting in trouble. So
you can counter. You can counter all you want.
You don't have to mention any names or anything. Just talk about how you feel about the core concept of paying kids to want to come to your school.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like you shouldn't.
Why?
It's just, it's not what I want. Like you shouldn't not transfer to a rival school because somebody is paying you more money to stay at your current school.
Again, I'll just keep hitting you
if
with why.
If a station called you and said, Mario, we like the work that you're doing. We're going to give you this amount of money to leave guarantee. Put in your 2 weeks notice. What are you doing?
I guess I'm going.
Well,
You're also, guess. You're
also a professional in the workplace. I mean, I think that goes more towards
that's true. That's true.
That's
the slippery slope.
There's some people that aren't going to ever have the market that they have right now.
Why can't you make money in college? Did you get mad if a YouTube kid makes money in college?
No, I guess.
You get mad if a musician makes money in college?
I
what are we talking about?
This is the world we're in. I still don't have to like it.
No, it's because we grew up with scales on our eyes. We were taught that something that is flatly illegal was how things are supposed to be.
Yes.
And that leads to Russell Shepard getting suspended 5 games his junior year over some BS. But it led to me going to SEC Media Days.
So shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
I couldn't go to SEC Media Days. I was actually getting married.
Yeah, I remember that.
Who went? So I think Early took my spot. It was Glenn, Early, and Matt, I think.
Basically, I was an upperclassman leader on the uni council and everything. Actually, leading vote getter, not to brag. And and at the end of the day, they knew I wasn't going to say anything inflammatory. Right, like I could handle myself.
What about now?
I know, right? Yeah, that's true. It took a long time to get here, though. It took a long time to get here. It took a lot of thinking that I had to be buttoned up and I had to do things this way and I had to wear station polos and I had to not curse ever. Otherwise, everybody has clips of you cursing, you'll never make it. And then I can't remember when it was, but at some point, risky business style.
Yeah.
Just said, F it.
Station polo, that is. So I actually, the shirt I have on today is because when I first got here, it was kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Everyone had station polos and they're like, this is kind of like when you go, I'm like I don't do polos. This is a marriage of the two.
Yes. Yeah. No, I had something similar where I think I made black t-shirts with it on it just to
Now you need a Hawaiian shirt
with a 104.5
with a 104.5 to go to media days.
No way, bro.
You know how bad
we already got these media day fits ready.
Do you know how bad I want to go to a Western wear store today and buy us 2 pearl snaps and go get this logo on there?
That. You pearl snap buttons?
Yeah, pearl snaps.
Dude, that would actually be sick. That would legitimately be so good.
We might have to do that.
Oh my God, I can't wait to dress like a cowboy.
Closest Western store to y'all's probably in denim.
Probably.
No.
Does Baton Rouge have any?
Yeah, there's one off Segan.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one off Segan.
Yeah, but do they have a real one, Taylor? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
the best one in the country is in Kansas City.
Actually, the best one in the country used to be in Manny, Louisiana, in the old Main Town Strip. It's called the Hitchin' Post. Now, unfortunately, it's no longer. It's still
not there.
Well, it's still there, but a different business is inside. It's no longer. But yeah, I remember buying my first ever pair of boots and hat from the Hitchin' Post. back in the day growing up?
Ranchland in Shreveport. It's still open. Ranchland.
How about my Uncle JJ's from Manny, and he's a banker up there. And I've always thought of him as a pretty, country individual. Had like a ranch and animals and horses and all that. Like what most people consider country. And my grandma, she told me last week in 4th of July, she's like, man, that JJ, I've never seen a city boy love fireworks like he does. Or no, she's actually telling this to my wife, and Ken's like, wait, who? Like Uncle J? You talking about Uncle JJ? He's like, yeah, city boy, he loves his fireworks. And she's like, wait, where's he from? And she's like, well, he's from Manny. Caleb was just blown away by there's levels to everything.
There is.
And everything is relative. And hey, that main strip man, I guess that's a city boy right there from Manny. I found that to be deeply funny. Shout out Hitch and Post, wherever the old owners are. I can't wait to dress like cowboy next week. 2X. How long? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. How long would it take to get these pearl snaps done?
I don't know. I mean, I've got some ends over at Red Stick. You've got some ends over at Red Stick. We might have to call them all in, though.
True. Yeah, make it happen. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
225-206. 1517?
Yep.
Okay, wow. Geez, brain broke all of a sudden. 225-206-1517. That's Thomas' email, cell phone number. Thomas and Megan email are the father-daughter insurance combo changing the game over there at Riverlands Insurance. They work for you. Riverlands is a Louisiana company, one of the fastest growing insurance companies in the South. They do incredible work. They understand the quirks and idiosyncrasies of the Louisiana market, meaning they can find you the best deals. And so all you do is call that number, give them some information. They do the shopping for you. They save you money. Riverlands Insurance.
225-206-1517. That is the number. And like we tell you every single day, not only here in Baton Rouge. Now, certainly in the Baton Rouge area, you can call Thomas today, but anywhere in the state of Louisiana, Shreveport, Alexandria, New Orleans, wherever you are listening to us, we are talking to you. He can help you. He can help you right now. He can help you today. He's going to pick up that phone, 225-206-1517.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Little buddy, what's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR. We'll recap day 3 of the MLB Draft and have a much clearer picture of how LSU's 2024 roster will look. Join us Tuesdays AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Did you just put in like generic 90s movie song and this is what AI spit out, Mario?
So we got a theme. We have a theme
yeah.
going today. It's all country music because we're excited. We're heading to Nashville. We give you a banger of a song to play, and because you're doing air squats over there, making some weird noises, you didn't come over here and play the song, which, okay, you didn't play the song. And then this is the pick? It's just like the open to a CW show and not a good one.
It feels, I can't explain why, it feels like the Dreamcast to me, this song does. Guys, I have an idea. I know we're supposed to talk Devontae Adams and the Saints here, but I have an idea. I want to, over the course of multiple months, hit the like button, by the way, multiple months, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I want to rent out theaters and all of us watch the Lord of the Rings extended
I
editions
saw you
together.
ask the Twitterverse, I believe is where I saw it, about doing that. I'm sure you can.
I know, but I want to go big, though. Like, I want to rent out PLF, and I want, like, HD 4K. And I know they have him because I did see Fellowship at PLF in 4K like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was so intense at one point, I like, started to freak out a little bit, and I was alone, and I had all black sweats on. And then I started freaking out because I knew I looked weird and scary, and I was acting weird and scary. And so I was like, man, these people around me have got to be so freaked out by me right now. Ended up being fine. But the point is, it was a hell of a cinematic experience. I don't want to see the whole thing.
I think I'm actually rewatching the original this weekend.
Well, wait. No, wait.
Okay, I'll wait.
Don't watch it.
Oh, wait.
My wife's never seen any of them. I've only seen the first one. And it was like years ago. Yeah, I've only seen the first one.
Wait a minute.
Crap. Now I don't know.
Wait a minute.
No, I don't know.
You watched the first one and then didn't get intrigued by the second?
Again, when I say years ago, I mean, I was like 9.
Oh,
and
so
I
you didn't even get it, probably.
Well, I enjoyed it, but again, I was like, Like,
yeah, right. You're 9 years
yeah,
old.
Yeah, I was like 9 or 10.
Well,
like I was like young.
You can appreciate a 9, but it's pretty heavy for 9 as far as everything that you've got to.
And I guess there's a big difference. I was 11, and it was.
Well, and it was harder to find when I was 9. Like we didn't have all the streaming things like we do now.
Oh, so it wasn't. Of course, it wasn't in theaters. What am I talking about? No.
So it was kind of harder for me to do.
Dude, I remember seeing that movie in theaters, and it literally changed my life. Like, I entered the theater as one person, and I left as another. And, yeah, I mean, obviously, it defined my life. Went on my honeymoon to New Zealand just to go to Hobbiton. Like, I've done a lot. But I can't explain it. I've just been getting the urge. Been listening to the soundtrack. Like, there's something in the air.
I would love to have that feeling from a movie again.
I would too.
It's been a long time for you, boy. Well, it's Top Gun.
I was going to say Top Gun 2 is one of the closest. Actually, no, I take that back. I take it back. And I've really loved a lot of movies in between, right? Everything Everywhere All at Once probably the closest to it, but even then, like, I've only gone back and watched it once, even though I absolutely loved it. I've loved movies. I loved the live action Spider-Man where they had all the Spider-Man coming together. That was great. But then I would say Into the Spider-Verse is maybe kind of close. What I saw the other day, that blew my mind in some ways. But I guess you're never going to find it like what you were when you were younger, though. I mean, even Dune. Dune was amazing.
Yeah.
And I didn't leave it a changed man like I did then.
I think movies also, too, depend on somewhat, like, who you see them with, what the setting is, how long you've been waiting on the movie.
Yeah,
what,
are you in a
what was
good
the
mood? Yeah, all that kind of
anticipation?
stuff.
Yes, I mean, you're sitting there. I went and saw Dunkirk with my older brother, and me and my older brother, best friends, and we had a chance, and we were going to go see a U.S. soccer game later that night. We had some free time, and we went and saw Dunkirk in IMAX, and it was incredible.
Hell yeah.
Incredible. So, like, Dunkirk, as you know, is one of my favorite all-time movies.
Speaking of full lips, Tom Hardy and JT Daniels, both very full lips. Jesse McCormick says Rings of Power rewatch forthcoming. I like Rings of Power. I know many of you did not. The question is, if we do the theater rewatch, do we do the extended editions? And is it possible to make it something public where we can have listeners and everybody like buy tickets and make it like an OTB thing? Or do we do that where like you have to Venmo me and then you're in, but I have to purchase it from the theater?
I bet we could talk with someone. See, if we were in the Port City, they've got a great movie theater, the Robinson Movie Theater, and they show a lot of independent movies, limited release type stuff. And a couple of years ago, Todd Walker had a baseball movie night where he did like a little Q&A. They played a baseball movie. Then the next night, I had a football movie night.
Oh, nice.
We played the Longest Yard, the original, and had like a little Q&A. People could buy tickets. Man, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Great food there. Only like 2 screens.
I mean, I love a boutique theater.
Yeah.
And I love all movie theaters. I love movie theaters in general, but I love a more locally owned theater.
Do we have anything like that in Baton Rouge? Because I don't know of.
I mean, I think the closest is probably Celebrity, because it's not technically like, I don't believe
Is that the one you
out of turn here?
saw?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like a massive like AMC chain type deal.
Is it only statewide? It might be.
I want to say it's kind of regional. It might be Southeast, because I want to say there's some in Florida or something, but it's definitely more local. It's got, a bunch of high school kids all working it, and I don't know, man. I just love the feeling I get when I walk in, and that
we had one of those.
Popcorn hits my nose.
We had an old school theater in Poway, California, where I lived for 4 years, and loved it, man. I mean, old school like movie theater setup, like even like the chairs, like were the old school kind of setup, and the popcorn felt just old school, and like everything about it, like the candy selection was kind of a little throwback retro.
One thing I have become a little spoiled on, boys. I like one of them good reclining chairs.
I don't know if I do.
I do not like a fold down chair anymore. Like when I'm sitting there and I hit my lazy boy and I kick my legs out and I know, and sometimes it does leave me falling asleep. I agree. Yeah. Like it can happen. You got to be careful. There's a certain degree of the angle where you go too far back and then you're done. But like if you were to go try to see a movie right now in one of those chairs, Jake, you'd be done. You'd be asleep within 5 minutes.
They still have the old school chairs at the movie. I think the movie theater at the mall, the one behind the mall.
Yeah, they do. The old AMC or whatever.
Yeah, I still think they have those. Maybe not in every theater, but in some of them.
A lot of people talking Britannia. I've heard a lot of good things about Britannia. I know that my old man and his wife go there quite a bit to see like indie films and whatnot.
Do we need to start a 2-screen movie theater business?
What would the buy-in be? I kind of wonder. Like, you probably got to raise some capital. But then the problem is that you just get like shoved out by big movie? Like, do AMC goons come by your house and slash your tires?
Maybe.
Like, hey boy, heard you're looking to sell some popcorn. Yeah. It's our parts. Like if you sell popcorn for $4 a bucket, does your cat end up beheaded in your bed? I don't know. I've never tried. Seems pretty extreme.
I guess I didn't go that way. I was just thinking of like having a cool movie theater that played during the week. We played like The Sandlot and like classic American summer movies. And then like on the weekends, maybe like, hey, we're playing all the Lord of the Rings back to back to back.
Again, I know I'm doing free plugs, but I think they actually do advertise with Chuck, so I'm cool with this. But Celebrity's been doing some stuff like that.
He's Celebrity. We like Chuck.
I know.
We like you.
But like during the summer, they've had each week they have a kids movie where it's like, you know, like an old kids movie that they're putting like one of the Shreks or like a whatever, and they're putting it back in theaters, and you bring the kids out. They got deals and everything. They got the arcade. It's a good time. And they do sell alcohol. They sell they actually have Jack and Coke ices.
Yes.
Which I'm not a big fan of alcohol in the movies.
Yeah.
But you know, that's cool.
Mike Allen inside the chat says you can rent the movie tavern on Jubin, and they sell alcohol.
Probably one of the weirdest drunk movie experiences I ever seen. I remember we spent a pool day getting just blasted, and then I tried to go watch Horton Hears a Who, and I did not like it. It just did not land at all, and it was reviewed very well at the time. I think like Steve Carell. I don't know. Weird movie to see very drunk in the theater. Not a good idea.
Yeah, to see a Dr. Seuss movie before you have children.
Well, I used to watch, again, I used to go to the movies all the time. I watch it all. I remember seeing Tangled as a freshman and being like, that was fantastic. I love Tangled still. Going to see Mission Impossible 9 PLF, and I'm so excited. Ooh, Mac, that sounds great, dude.
That sounds, I'm jealous.
Awesome. I got to catch up. I got so much stuff to watch. I don't freaking know, dude. All right. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org. For all your plumbing needs, it's a one-stop Central Plumbing shop, baby. And they've been doing it for 5 decades, okay? Not to brag, but to brag. It's a long time, guys. And the only way as a business that you stand the test of time, you continue to grow. And remember, it's not just residential. Commercially, they have all the insurance paperwork and personnel to handle your needs. Well, the only way you reach that point is if your customers are consistently satisfied. I'm one of those repeat customers. You will be too. centralplumbing.org, 925-8552.
Once you go to the website that T-Bob just gave you there, you will see that they are ready to go. They've got everything available in the remodel game. So your home or your business, wherever you're looking to remodel, they come in, they give you a consultation, tell you exactly what they can do for your space. Also, go tankless with that tankless water heater. That's part of the upgrade. Never run out of hot water. Again, you can find all that online, centralplumbing.org, 225-925-8552.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special, grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind. When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're reacting to rounds 3 through 10 in the MLB Draft and previewing the rest of it. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Close down way too early, and there's nothing to do. So I'm driving around in circles, and I'm thinking about you.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Nope.
Turn it up.
You hit the stab too early. Not many times though do we find a song or a track that pulls out an emotion from T-Bob like this.
Turn up a little bit.
I'm pretty excited about it because this is a banger.
It's a banger, and I'll never forget a girl I had a crush on for a long time. It's getting to make out a little bit listening to the song.
Just a little
And
innocent.
then riding around listening to it. I want to say it's probably like 9th grade or something like that. But being intensely sad because she just didn't want anything to do with me after makeout weekend. And you would have thought my heart was just shattered. Turn it up.
Kentucky rain. Here comes that rainy day feeling again. Blue eyes cry.
You wanted to turn it up.
Yeah,
Rolling
thank
around.
you. 2003.
Just rolling around. Exactly. 14 years old. Rolling around just feeling deep, deep things.
I was 18. Oh.
Also, look, do we all need to have a discussion here? There's a growing friction here.
No.
Yes,
We're
it
good.
started.
No,
I'm good.
No,
that is true.
We'll talk every break. We'll talk
let's
every break.
air our
No, let's air it
grievances.
out on the
It's
air.
all good. It's all good. We just love this song, and and so we wanted to hear
It
it.
is a good song.
We disagree about the NCAA. That is fine as well. I feel like we nailed that. It's gonna be a great hour 3. We're gonna talk Devontae Adams and the Saints a little bit, as there's been a proposed trade. What else do we have in the docket for hour number 3?
We actually have a giveaway going on right now, and I had to tell people about it.
Hell yeah.
This is for the 2K Day Summer Cash giveaway, and we have a keyword that's good until 9:15 if you want to enter a chance to win a couple of prizes, a local prize and a national prize. But the word for 8:15 today is picnic. So go to 1045ESPN.com, participate in the 2K Day Summer Cash giveaway. Kicked off yesterday. The winner of the national contest will be announced on July 17th for the $2,000, and the winner of the $500, which is the local prize, will be announced on July 17th as well. So you can enter that competition till 9:15 using the keyword picnic. Picnic
Hell yeah.
is
Can
the
we
keyword.
win?
I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I don't think it says that we can't.
Hey, I like where your guys' heads are at, boys. Shout out Vlad Jr. winning the home run derby last night, 16 years after his father won the thing. Of course, as many of you know, Vlad Sr., born on my birthday, February 9th.
We all knew that.
Yeah. One of the best father-son moments probably in sports to me, though. It caused me to think about my other favorites. And does it get cooler than Griffey Sr. and Griffey Jr. going back-to-back jacks?
No.
Like, it'll never be matched. Like, it'll never be matched in sports, right?
Unless
even
Bron and Bronny.
But even them playing together is tight. Maybe they throw an alley-oop to one another. But back-to-back home runs? Or have you ever seen the clip where Junior steals the fly ball from Senior?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. He's basically like saying you're grounded in the outfield. Think about being so good at baseball.
Like brothers is cool. Like we've seen the Watt brothers play against each other. Father and son's different. That's incredibly hard for the father to have the longevity and for the son or daughter, depending on what sport we're talking about, to be able to be a prodigy almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, shout out to Julio Rodriguez, who hit 41 home runs in round number 1, but did not hit a kid, and so didn't win. We just learned Pete Alonso hit a kid 2 years ago. He won. Vlad Jr. hit a kid last night. He won.
Yeah.
Correlation, causation, folks. Hour 3 coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuva me. You want to feel younger, better, faster, stronger? You want to win a home run derby in your local men's beer league? You need some tea. Maybe. Okay, maybe HRT's for you, maybe it's not. The point is you're going to go in, you're going to get your labs drawn, and they're going to use the information therein to customize a plan to get you where you want to be. And remember, when they've drawn these labs, Jake, they have found, kind of health scares before and actually help to save people's lives. So, like, on top of just maybe, getting yourself to where you want to be, like, just get a health check. It's good for you. Okay, and it's all there at RejuveMeMedical.com.
I would encourage you, just like T-Bob said, to go just get a checkup. But if you want to check out a list of conditions that they can help you out with, go to the website, RejuveMeMedical.com, right there on the homepage. Click on it. Probably going to see something that you're dealing with, and they can help you get to the bottom line and fix your problem. RejuveMeMedical.com, 225-230-3486.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Tuesday, July 11th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 94. You can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Also, don't forget about our 2K a day summer cash giveaway. The keyword is good for about the following hour, and the keyword for today, at least for this morning, is picnic. The keyword is picnic for our 2K a day summer cash giveaway. So go sign up at 1045ESPN.com. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Song, it sure was a sad one. Teardrop rolled down Bubba's nose from the pain the song was inflicted.
Come on now, Bo.
Head up Nashville.
That pearl snap ready. Low tie. T-Bob in jorts.
Come on now. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I was going to have a haircut this weekend, but I don't think I'm going to anymore. But I don't think I'm going to go mullet, but I might like get some product and slick my hair back into a mullet. I don't really want to go mullet. But then eventually I got to go short hair to even it out, and I don't want to go short hair. I'm still in long hair mode.
Right. I just feel like if you're going to do the griff, you got to do the griff.
No, but that's the thing. If I have a cowboy hat on, look. It's already going to look,
It's pretty mullet.
It's already, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's already going to look like a mullet. Look at this thing. I just took my hat off. If you saw me in LP, would I look out of place?
You'd pass the vibe check for sure.
Maybe not the Hawaiian shirt, but
Yeah.
the backwards white trucker.
The backwards trucker hat. Yeah.
Yeah, come on now. I wasn't born yesterday, Bo.
God, I'm getting more excited about the time. Every time we talk about this, I'm just
T-Bob
like,
have one of the what do they call it? The Carolina squatted trucks, which I just think's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's when you squat the back end of your truck. Don't ask me how you see out of it because I don't know.
Yeah, you don't level it out like we
know.
used to in high school.
But even when it wasn't leveled, I felt like most trucks are tilted the other way.
Yeah, but the Carolina squat, you drop the back end.
Other way.
I just feel like you couldn't see out of the
It
window.
almost feels like a truck taking
There's a lot of
grass.
people out where I live that are like that. I am not one of those people.
Exceptionally stupid.
It looks exceptionally stupid.
That's what I'm saying. From a pure, how did that catch on? When did this start?
Not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Vaughn says they're illegal now. Yeah, because you can't see anything in front of you. You're lifting the hood
but
into
people still do them. I see them probably once a day.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. That's really dumb. I got a question. Is this dumb or not? There was an article, and granted, let's be honest with our audience up front. A lot of this is it's summer and people are looking to write about stuff, right? But there is maybe an interesting hypothetical for Saints fans. There's a piece written about blockbuster trades that could really change the NFL going into this new season. And one of the ones that was proposed, Jake, was a reunification of Devontae Adams and Derek Carr. The Las Vegas Raiders trading Devontae Adams to the New Orleans Saints. And I think the proposed trade was like the Saints give up a 2024 first-round pick and a 2025 third-round pick. I want to explore a couple of things. Let's start with the Saints. First off, Jake, am I wrong in that, am I being dumb in that my initial reaction to that trade is I don't think I want it? I mean, Derek Carr and Devontae Adams did not play well together last year. Derek Carr, the numbers show that he was way over targeting Adams, trying to force it to him. It led to both regressing. You already got Mike Thomas and Olave and Raheem Shaheed. There's only one ball, all that sort of stuff. But am I being dumb because at the end of the day, you're adding Devontae Adams?
I actually agree with you.
Okay.
Devontae Adams is a really good football player, one of the top 5, 8, whatever number you want to put on there. Some people have him top 3 receivers in the NFL, but we saw these two be teammates a year ago. I know every situation is different, but when you look at a room that like the Saints have, they have Chris Olave, who's really looking for that breakout number 1 receiver, top 10 in the NFL discussion type of year, then I think you would hurt his growth if you went and got a Devontae Adams. You already have a Michael Thomas who has been offensive player of the year in the NFL. I realize that you haven't gotten that from him certainly in the last couple of years, but you have to bet on that for one more year. Rashid Shaheed was a huge surprise a year ago.
Yeah.
We talked about the redraft a couple of months ago. They had him in the top 50 picks of last year's draft. If you would have that draft again today, you have some other veteran candidates in Edwards, and you've got Washington. You selected A.T. Perry.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
kind of a
forgot about A.T.
project,
Perry.
but a lot of people were high on A.T. Perry. I thought he was going to be a third-round pick. That room's healthy. Do you really want to give up assets to go get a really good player? This is not against Devontae Adams, but him and Carr did work together last year. It did not end up with them in the playoffs. And we saw that like a little bit at LSU with Jaden Daniels having to try to force it to Keyshawn Boutte.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Actually, I think we talked about it earlier in the show. They kind of perfectly mirror one another, where there was so much resources put into making the pairing happen that then the pair felt like they had to make it work. And it didn't work in the college level, and it didn't work in the NFL level. And that does beg the question then, Jake, where's Devontae Adams at nowadays? So, I mean, he leaves Aaron Rodgers. He's going to rejoin his college teammate. He's going to take even further steps to being the guy. But remember, when he was with Aaron Rodgers, he was rated 99 on Madden. He was all-pro. He was the number one receiver in the NFL. And then it just felt like last year was a massive step back. And I know this probably makes you happy, Jake, but where does it leave the Raiders? Who put so many, eggs and resources into the Adams idea and making it work. And now a year later, they're already, at least in some sort of ethereal way, thinking about can we get value for this guy?
Well, he had a really good year. I mean, he had 1,500 plus yards. I think.
I didn't realize that.
It was the second highest total in his career. He did have 14 touchdowns. That's also second highest.
Okay, that's pretty awesome
in his career. So like he had a good individual season, but when you look at the Raiders right now, I'm not sure that that's going to be the reason they win. They have holes on that roster, and so you do have a talented player that he's going to be 31 or either just turned 31 in this season. So getting a little bit older, but still there's still something left in his career certainly. So like for the Raiders, I think it would make sense because you brought him in to pair up with your quarterback in Carr, college teammates. Obviously the rapport was there. So this isn't against the player, but I think you can get assets that would help your franchise better. And if you're Devontae Adams, you can be a missing piece. Like imagine if Devontae Adams went to the 49ers.
Yeah.
I mean, what that would do for them. Now they've got good receivers, but they've got unique receivers like Debo. Like he's a jack of all trades type of guy. Like he can do multiple things. Ayuk's a really good player, but if you have Devontae Adams on the other side, so there's certainly teams out there that would benefit from him more than the Raiders, and then the Raiders would benefit more from getting draft choices or whatever they would get in return.
Did y'all see the official Jimmy Garoppolo Raiders picture?
I did. Little thirst trap.
Put that thing up on the screen, bro. Find that thing. It is shocking how much Jimmy Garoppolo looks like George Clooney. I mean, and I like really look at this next time, you're like, oh, wow. Also, just a complete crap-eating grin on his face, a crap-eating, smoldering smirk in this picture, as in like, I'm hot, I'm hot, and now I'm in Sin City, baby. Although, do we expect the Raiders to be any good? I mean, I'm not a believer in Josh McDaniels at all. I think he's an awful head coach. I think that and people are like, oh, T-Bob, but he's a good coach. You can be a good football coach, not be a good head coach. Like there's a lot of evidence that shows that Josh McDaniels maybe not a very good head coach.
That's a question for the Saints this year.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, straight up. Like we know this sounds a good D coordinator. Still no proof that he's a great head coach.
Chargers are dealing with that. I mean, there's a lot of teams that.
I know, and I thought Saley was going to be so awesome. Oh, this isn't even the one I was talking about. But he doesn't look full Clooney there, but you can kind of see it. It's one. I'll find it. I'll find it in break, and we can come back with it. But yeah, the Raiders. I would not feel good if I was a Vegas Raiders fan because you lost a top 5 quarterback in the NFC.
And you lost Foster Moreau.
Yeah,
bums.
Yeah, true.
We'll take him.
Sure. What are you gonna do? Now playing from the black and silver to the black and gold. Last time I checked, boys, what's worth more money, silver or gold? Gold. Yeah, straight up, baby. Let's go. Silver and gold, silver and gold. What's that from?
Is that Yukon Cornelius?
That is from the old Rankin and Bass Climations. Look at you. How do you know about old Yukon Cornelius?
Because I've seen the movie.
Yeah, but I don't know. You're like 23 or something. I didn't.
Very close, 26.
I remember Prince made a song about the Vikings that had a very similar melody to what you were singing, purple and gold.
Oh, really?
And I remember there was a Vikings fan in the bathroom at the NFC Championship game, and a Saints fan was messing with them hard.
I was getting pretty upset yesterday watching a Minnesota Viking meet and greet in the UK. And I was just thinking about how traitorous these UK citizens were to be wearing Vikings gear considering the Viking raids of the 800s and 900s AD. Like, have they just completely forgotten Lindisfarne? That means nothing to them? All the raping and pillaging and the stealing of the women and goods and being sold into slavery. They just forgot about that. And now they like Justin Jefferson. And they're just going to gritty all over these poor Englishmen's graves. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. What happens if you forget the face of your father? I've never read The Dark Tower. It's a Stephen King thing. Something happens if you forget the face of your father. Something bad. And they've forgotten the face of their father. Oh, there's the picture. Jake had it. You had everything ready to go?
I knew where I saw it. I knew where I saw it yesterday.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you had that thing bookmarked. Pull that out real quick.
I see it on Instagram.
Or should we go to break and come back to the Jimmy G picture? Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, screw you, UK Vikings fans. Pathetic, gross. Coming up next, more OTB.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR. We'll recap day 3 of the MLB Draft and have a much clearer picture of how LSU's 2024 roster will look. Join us Tuesday's AFR, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Sister cries out from her baby bed. Brother runs in, feathers on his head. Mama's in her room, learning how to sew. Daddy's drinking beer, listening to the radio. Hank Williams sings Elijah and Dear John. And time marches on. Time marches on. Sisters using rouge and clear complexion soap.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right, T, what do you think? Let me lay it out there for you. We've played country music today because we're going to Nashville. We're all excited about it. First time SEC Media Days there, the whole deal. We're talking about dressing up, pearl snaps, the whole deal.
Yep.
Like, what if we just go in character?
What do you mean?
Like we go in character, like we start talking more with the country accent.
Yep.
Maybe we do the interviews with a dip in. I don't know. Like, I don't know how far we take it.
I've done radio with dips in before.
Yeah, I mean, I
really
just
tell. It gives me a little bit of lisp.
How? Well, you know, God gave me
Big
one.
chew.
So, I think we should do it, and just be annoying to everybody around us too.
I have never been scared to role play. You know this, and I love costumes. And I love dressing up. So, yeah.
Maybe we can turn it on, turn it off. Like if I give you, like if we're wearing cowboy hats and I give you like one of these, that means turn it on.
I mean, I'm wearing a cowboy hat the entire time though. 100%. I've already decided. It's been too long since I've worn a cowboy hat. We've showed pictures on here before of young 10-year-old Bob and his cowboy hat. Yeah.
You know, I'm not the historian,
Here we go.
but I'm getting
there.
there.
And you how quickly you pulled up that Jimmy G.
Yeah.
You got that one ready to go. Brian says, I don't normally like country, but the bump music's been great this morning. It's because it's that good country. It's that real country bump. I agree with Thibodeau, though. We do need to play at least one Hank Williams Jr. at some point.
We can certainly do that.
Them old country stars, Bo. Those are like the original bad boys back in the day. You know how, like, I feel like 70s, 80s, it was like rock stars getting arrested. 90s, 2000s became rappers. But like, you know, back Johnny Cash and Hank and them back in the day, they were the bad boys going to prison.
Well, you know there's a name for it, right?
No.
Outlaw Country.
Oh, there you go. Outlaw Country. That's a XM station, I believe, Jake?
Yeah, it's one of
there
our
you
stations.
Go. Right next to Sirius XM 84. Yes, and that's
Yeah, I just sent it in the group.
And that little all right, put up the Jimmy G picture real quick here. My bad. It's coming.
It's Jimmy G.
I thought I already emailed it to myself. Hang on.
Is this Jimmy G from Batman and Robin?
Oh my God! It does. It looks like a movie, like a headshot for sure. And
have you tried to go back and watch Batman and Robin?
I've seen clips of it.
Don't do it.
I just remember it's funny because I remember as a child thinking Chris O'Donnell was maybe the coolest guy I'd ever seen in my entire
Holy
life.
rusted metal Batman.
And the weird glowy gang that he's like racing with and fighting with. You're right, it is all a little out of control. Ooh, man, look at Jimmy G. Look at that chin, guys. He looks like he has a
Quagmire.
prosthetic implant of a chin. Look at the smolder in the eyes, the slight upturn smirk of the lips.
Oh, Joker smile.
Yeah. Good God. And tell me that doesn't look like Clooney. Just take all the hair out and everything else and just look at the face, and that is just pure.
Well, he's got the salt and pepper going too
George
now.
Clooney. I know, he's getting a little old, which I was wondering this. Does the slight gray in Jimmy G's hair, y'all are big fantasy guys, right? You two, y'all are doing an NFL podcast this fall. These are the topics you need to discuss. Does the slight gray in Jimmy G's hair make you trust him more or less? And,
More seasoned vet.
okay, but he hasn't been that good.
What numbers did Stabler put up when he had the gray hair?
So here's the thing.
Was he good?
If you're already good and you go gray, then I'm like, ooh, this is a seasoned general ready to explode. But if you haven't been that good and you go gray, I feel like we already know who you are, and you're all right.
Kurt Warner go gray?
Yeah, Kurt
Like
Warner
while
was,
he was
very
playing?
gray with the Cardinals.
Probably before Kurt Warner made his first Super Bowl, he was gray. Because,
He did feel like it.
I mean, he
I
had
know
to grind to
his
get
wife
there.
was gray, premature gray.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember like when he first burst onto the scene. they
Favre
would show
went
her.
gray early, too.
So
Yeah.
maybe this is a little hypocritical with how I talk about Zion, but Jimmy G, great for the 49ers, brought him to the Super Bowl, did great things. Since that year, his body's broken down like all the time. I don't trust him at all to be my starting quarterback just based off of injuries. I think letting go of Derek Carr for him was a terrible decision for them.
Well, I don't think they let go of Carr for him. I think that's what they ended up with. Who's
Yeah.
the backup there, though?
It's not Stidham anymore.
Oh, no,
He's not
it's,
over there.
he signed somewhere else.
The young guy, I think it's a rookie. Or like a second-year guy.
They drafted someone. Hold up.
Yeah.
Let's look at the depth chart.
By the way, I saw a clip of Trey Lance throwing sidearm on the run behind a defender, and I think he's going to beat out Brock Purdy. So
I wish
you heard it
people
here
would
first.
stop throwing sidearm.
Oh, shout out Brian Hoyer. He's listed as the backup.
Oh,
there.
of course.
And they also
Of course,
took. They
Brian
also
Hoyer's
took.
the backup there.
They also drafted Aiden O'Connell.
That's who I was thinking of,
I love
rookie.
it. Aiden O'Connell was a very underrated player at Purdue. He didn't play in that bowl game.
Purdue won there. Yeah, and he had that tragic. He had somebody close to him pass right before the bowl game, which is awful. But yeah, Purdue won the Big Ten West last year. Even though, guys, I was looking at it, and if you look at the last 4 years of recruiting data, Nebraska has only been out recruited by Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. Everybody else had been better than them. Okay. Also, video yesterday. 2022 Nebraska, the best 3-9 team that has ever existed. Okay, they played so many ranked teams. They barely lost these ranked teams. So all this evidence is to show all they need is a slight little push into success. They're like a man standing on the precipice. Okay, they just need a little nudge,
Don't
a
do
little
this
nudge in
again.
the right direction. The best
Don't
3-9 team
do this again
ever.
because when the next
Easily
time
the best 3-9
you
team
go
ever.
in your lake, Bob, and you miss, I'm going to do like I did last year and just hate on this take.
No, look, man. No. I was wrong last year. I was a year premature. Ask my wife. It's something it's a specialty of mine, okay? But eventually I get there, okay? And Matt Rule is the missing ingredient. I was wrong, but I want to be clear. I think it was like week 3 last year that I was saying Matt Rule to Nebraska. In my head, it's become a bit of a fish story where I keep bumping it back. But for now, I think it was like week 3. So I saw this a mile out, third eye fully open, all that. Freemason and whatnot. Like, actually, I was the one that lady on the plane was yelling about. I'm that MFer that's not real because I knew what was going to happen at Nebraska, okay? And I know what's going to happen this year, and it's 8 wins.
Nebraska have the 4th best record in the Big Ten for you this year, behind the Big 3. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State.
I don't know if I'm willing to say that. The only
Why not?
declarative statement because look, telling the future is a tough thing. Okay, it's more like
you got
a
to choose a
swirling
team. That's what we
cloud.
do here.
No, I know. My Nebraska take is very clear cut. It's 8 wins with a bowl game.
Yeah, and you hate Brett Bielema, obviously.
I love Brett Bielema.
Well, you need to show them more respect.
I think Nebraska's better players.
Illinois is a much better football team than them last year.
I know. Isn't it crazy how much a bad coach can affect you? I mean, Nebraska lost to Northwestern last year. That would never happen under Matt
That was the
Rule.
only win Northwestern had.
I know. It would never happen under Matt
They
Rule.
lost every other game after that.
Scott Frost deserved to be dry humped after that loss. and they didn't. I can't believe Pat Fitzgerald got fired. I can't believe how badly the Northwestern president bungled this all. Trying to keep Fitzgerald and then reactionarily firing him, so now opening himself to lawsuits because he didn't go through due process, even though he's a lawyer and should know better.
You know what? Like, obviously there's details, and we'll dive into them, and I'm going to dive into them for later this afternoon. But like when something like that happens, just get some information. Like, go over everything and then come up with a suspension, a firing, something. Like, they reacted so quick and just didn't even have all the info, and then more info comes in, and then you're like, well, actually, I need to assess myself, because I'm like, no, just wait.
See, that's my problem, is that the only real new info that came to light are some racial allegations, which are serious, but they're not firing him based off of that. They're firing him off of the information that they already had when they suspended him. So it's like he just read it wrong, and now he's reacting to the reaction. It's just bad leadership.
Right.
But my deal is, once you do the suspension, if you don't want to get sued by the coach and his lawyer, which is probably now going to happen, you're going to have to end up paying him to settle because he has tens of millions of dollars left in that contract. You have to go through the due process of, how did we get from suspension to firing? But he was so embarrassed by the reaction that he was getting from getting it wrong that he went ahead and said, okay, well, let's just move forward with this. And, well, now even the president's in trouble for his initial reading of the room. So just a complete crap show up there at Northwestern. Yeah, what are you going to do?
That job. Like you
got that new stadium on the way though, dude.
Like well, I mean, there's a lot of the facilities and everything, but just that's a tough one. It's
gonna suck if you have a locker room monitor in there though, which sounds weird, but nobody wants a
locker room monitor. That just sounds ridiculous.
I mean, that is what was, along with suspending Fitzgerald. That was one of the things they were going to do, is they have to have an independent arbiter, basically just bird watching.
Probably going to.
Is he going to wear a vest like an old hall monitor?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know.
Yeah, they're going to haze him too.
If something bad happens, he has to blow a whistle.
A literal whistle.
He is the actual whistleblower. Yes.
Brendan Huff says Saban will hire Fitzgerald as an analyst. I don't even think Saban. I think it's a little. Fitzgerald needs to probably go away for a year before somebody can take him on staff. I think, because I think this is going to get blown up bigger and bigger. Because also, isn't Northwestern one of the big journalism schools?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So it's going to
big J journalism.
gain more
the school paper is the one that kind of broke everything wide open.
Great work by student newspaper. Look, I believe in media and journalism. I'm not getting yelled at about that anymore, though. I ran out of patience for that years ago.
No, that's pretty ballsy by the Northwestern State student paper, in my opinion. Go after someone as popular as Pat Fitzgerald.
Just Northwestern, not the one in Natchitoches. The state part.
Yes.
You're right, though. Forkin, baby. I agree.
Not the Demons, but yeah, they deserve a lot of. They deserve a lot of props. I know he hadn't been doing good the last couple of years, but that's still one of the best players in the history of Northwestern and kind of a beloved coach over there.
It is funny, though. I'd like to dive into the alternate universe where they go after him, but he just came off like an 11-2 season.
Exactly.
I wonder what happens then. Are students the ones actually getting in trouble? I don't know, But alas, it's the way of the road. Emil says, love that college football coaches, notorious control freaks who micromanage every square inch of a facility and every second of 100 people's lives, all of a sudden are completely blindsided by nefarious behavior. Yeah, that is always one of the big disconnects when there's scandal. It's like, how much these coaches love being in control and knowing everything, but it's very convenient that they suddenly don't know. And maybe, you know what, sometimes there is validity there, but even then, a lot of times it's a planned ignorance, right? It's like in Succession when, like very early on, Kendall's thanking someone for basically eating the crap for him. And he's like, I don't want to hear about it. Don't tell me about it. Like, I don't, but you just eat it, you take care of it, and then we'll be good to go. Where did we start? Nebraska?
I think
8 wins with a bowl game. How are we feeling, Jake?
No, that's too many.
So you're going under? If it's at 6.5.
Ooh, I'll go over. I like 7 because I like 7. I like 7. I'm not jumping off the Illinois train though. I was on it last year early.
Illinois 4th, you're saying?
right now, currently, as I look at it, because Purdue's going to take a step back. They lost so many players. They lose their coach. I think Minnesota's certainly in the conversation to be 4. Iowa's in the conversation to be 4. Wisconsin. So Wisconsin for me, and not to get off on a Big Ten preview here, but Wisconsin for me, Luke Fickell's a top 10 coach in the country. But here's the deal.
Yeah.
You bring in Phil Longo, like we've talked about. You did not recruit to run Phil Longo's offense. Now, it might work next year, 2 years. You might feel good about it. There's a transition period. It's not to say you'll fall off a cliff, but you can't just have a 21 personnel, 12 personnel team with fullbacks and tight ends and then go to 11 personnel and it work day one.
Yeah.
Not in the Big Ten. Even with a schedule that's pretty favorable for the Badgers, I still think they're going to have some growing pains. And so I think it's up in the air. I think I'd say Illinois, Iowa, and Minnesota probably the ones that I would pay attention to. Nebraska, not quite there yet.
Wisconsin scares me long term in terms of my Huskers becoming the 4th best team in the Big Ten. But like you said, maybe not this next season. I would say watch out for Brian Ferentz, okay? Because you know how we were all saying with Jordan Thompson he was due? Brian Ferentz is due, okay? There's only so much bad offensive coordinating you can do before you do good offensive coordinating. So watch out for the Iowa Hawkeyes offensively this year.
They do have a college football playoff quarterback, though, taking over that position. So McNamara being there, coming over from Michigan, you have to assume that the level of play will at least go up. It can't be worse.
Can't be worse.
It cannot be worse. I could turn on the tape. Y'all have heard me say it 1,000 times last year and tell you when Iowa was going to run inside zone. They had so many tails, and if I can see it watching on an iPad, every coach in America can watch that. They have got to be better.
There you go. That was a little Big Tangent. Y'all get it?
I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Because you remember you said not to go on a Big Ten, and you could say not to go on a Big Tangent.
Yeah.
Does Big Tangent or Big Tangent work better as a joke?
Tangent.
Okay, Big Tangent.
Maybe.
There you go.
Either one.
I don't know. I can't tell. Hey, I do want to remind you about Page Plus Urgent Care, like I do every single day. PagePlusUC.com, where you're going to see the difference, okay? Where you go to Page Plus, the facilities are going to blow you away first and foremost. You're probably not used to urgent cares being this nice, being this spacious, having the technology that they do. Anything you need in terms of treatment, testing, whatever, it's all there for you. The walk-ins are always welcome. You can schedule online. I mean, if you're watching online right now, look at those pictures of the facilities. And they are all throughout the city now, man, double digits. Okay, so just put Patient Plus in your Maps app and understand how easy it is. You can even create that digital profile. So when you walk in, it's literally just a touch of a button on your phone and you're signed in. You get in, you get better. And it's not just, if you're a business and you need your occupational medicine needs, drug testing, all of that, they do it as well. Check out the Mid-City location. Go to patientplusuc.com. Okay. When we get back, we've got some other things to talk about. Check out Chad, maybe a little Chiefsaholic. What kind of where we go? Coming up next here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
I got All-Star Toyota. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Real Toyota service, real fast. When you work with All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, once you buy, then your car's going to be like, hey, it's time to get serviced. And you go in, and it's incredible, y'all. They'll drop you off to your house. They'll text you updates throughout. They won't make any big moves without letting you assess the situation and keeping you filled in. You text, call, whenever. They send you constant text updates. Reply immediately. And when it's ready to get picked up, they'll come pick you up. How's that for service? You don't Uber. You don't do anything. You just get your car and you go home. Also, Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, now is the perfect time to check out those rentals. You got summer vacation. We're only in the middle of July, so you still have some time to get a last-minute getaway. And if you need something a little bit bigger, there's probably still some sports tournaments going on where you got all the equipment in the back, you got the luggage in the back, and you need something bigger than you currently have. They've got the Sienna, they've got the Sequoia. Per-day rental prices, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special, grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is.
So join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're reacting to rounds 3 through 10 in the MLB Draft and previewing the rest of it. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Life before me, when a moment came that stopped me on a dime. I spent most of the next days looking at the x-rays, talking about the options, and talking about sweet time. I asked him when it sank in that this might really be the real end. How's it hit you when you get that kind of news? Man, what'd you do? And he said, I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Bilbo, we're not playing 7-Eleven by Beyonce. The theme is country music today because we're going to Nashville. We can't break theme to play whatever 7-Eleven is by Beyonce. I'm sure it's great.
7-Eleven mid-Beyonce song.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
It's not even that good.
I love Taylor's strength of his takes.
He loves Beyonce. Man loves him.
No, I'm not even a big Beyonce fan, but
are
like
you
I
part
know
of
her.
the Beehive?
No, I know her big hits though. That song's not even that good.
Are you a bigger Swiftie or bigger Bayhive?
Ooh, probably Beyonce. It's close, but
Have
Beyonce.
you been to a Beyonce concert?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm sure them things are lit.
Yeah, good point though. I've been to a Taylor Swift concert, hadn't been to Beyonce. So
You know,
for Beyonce,
this is going to be a hot take. Beyonce, incredibly talented. I like Destiny's Child. Beyonce, the best. I love it.
Yeah,
catchy songs.
I agree.
Very catchy.
I think early Beyonce is better than now.
A lot of radio hits. You know, there's been some great Beyonce after that, but you know, Bill's Catchy song.
I agree 100%. It's like Chris Paul and the Hornets.
No Scrubs is Destiny's Child, right?
That's TLC.
That is TLC?
Ha.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So is Waterfalls TLC or Destiny's Child?
TLC.
So I'm just thinking of TLC.
Yeah. Bootylicious is Destiny's Child.
That's true. I don't really like Destiny's Child that much. I like TLC, though.
That TLC's got some.
I saw them live. It was so awesome.
TLC?
Yes,
All right.
in Miami.
All right.
They didn't headline the show, which was crazy. Shaggy did. I thought for sure TLC
Look,
would.
Wait.
I'll take Shaggy.
Shaggy's got some hits,
No,
too.
but time out. But Mario's right.
Yeah.
Shaggy should not be headlining a concert that TLC is in.
See, but here's the deal. Shaggy still finds his way like every 3 years to get featured on a song to keep him relevant.
Does he? I literally don't know a single Shaggy song besides.
I don't either.
That's what the
Except that
kid
wasn't
next to
me
me
or
at the
whatever.
concert
Yeah, it wasn't
said.
me.
Yeah, that's the only one I know.
No, you know a couple, but
He'll
you'd have to
find
hear
himself. He's like Sean Paul. Like he just comes out of nowhere sometimes, you know?
Huh.
At least I feel like that's, you know.
I just don't know if I can support that.
He had some bangers, but you're right. There's no way TLC should not.
No,
have.
I mean, I am with you.
I'm
Like,
saying, can I get one other Shaggy song named besides Because I Got High?
oh, well,
then?
because I got high as Afro,
Or
man.
no, what am I talking about?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, and Because I
Yeah.
Got High operating.
In the same
They're like a
brain
circle
space
in
for
the Venn
you.
diagram.
I missed
yeah.
it.
Yeah, look,
Lola.
TLC certainly better than Shaggy, but I'm saying maybe that's why.
Yeah, I don't think he has another hit.
Mr. Lova
Y'all
Lova.
keep telling me he has another hit. but-
Shout out my peeps, you are to me, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Angel.
Shaggy.
Oh, okay. There we go.
If you went to the
Okay.
show, you'd recognize several songs.
Okay, shout out.
But
Might
if-
as well keep talking about it.
If
'cause
we're
I have nothing
talking
else to
about,
talk
if we're talking about this exactly, I do have to say the coolest part of the show. So maybe Shaggy should have headlined it. Is he was getting ready to do Wasn't Me, right? Everybody's all pumped up, crowd's all riled up, and he's like, if you're gonna be a player, you can't be like the worst player of all time. And they showed a giant mural of Tiger Woods. You have to be like the GOAT player, and it showed a mural of Bill Clinton, and the place went crazy.
What?
That was awesome.
I'm so confused.
How are you confused? Tiger Woods, all the fallout, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, but I guess this is pre-Tiger winning the Masters.
No, man. What?
I'm saying Tiger came back in a big way.
Yes, pre-winning, yes.
Tiger's back.
Yes.
He's stacking, like, he's still playing.
Yes.
Like,
no, it's talking about at the time with I Would Never Marry You, all the
wow,
fallout.
Interesting now, Mara. Let's unpack this a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Are you by extension? Did you cheer when Clinton came on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you by extension now an Epstein supporter? I know that you've you thought long and hard about this. How can you square this circle in your brain, Mario?
I'm just enjoying the concert, man. Can we talk about NIL again?
Oh man, yeah, I feel you. No, I don't care. Clinton playing the saxophone is an all-time player move. Yes. That's true. That's true.
Let's get some likes in here, man.
Get some what?
69 likes. We need more than that.
Oh,
Got,
okay.
like 3 times the
Nice.
viewers. Come on, people.
Yeah, I know. Come on, hit the like button. Come on, help us out. Please, the algorithmic gods that rule our existence.
Big 12 Media Day start today?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're not doing. I don't think they're doing like open room press conferences.
No.
Or something. No, I think they're doing like individual interviews. I don't know.
Everyone that I've talked to from the Big 12 that does like Big 12 radio or that like that's the conference they cover, think that Mark's going to have a shocker in his opening statement.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that. Build a little excitement.
Yeah. What would the shocker be though? Would it be adding UConn?
Well, that's where you
would it be adding
some team
Would it be
joining.
adding Gonzaga
okay,
basketball only? Would it would it be something? I mean, he's like, hey, let's play in Mexico. Let's play in the Garden.
Here's what the shocker could be. Maybe they put
I heard you by the way.
2 teams in football and 1 team in basketball, and just kind of just keep adding to the conference.
All right,
there.
here's one.
And then they're finished.
Here's one for you,
I'm gonna
Jake.
look this way.
They add San Diego State.
Oh, they could. San Diego State's
Mountain
a little
West
homeless.
doesn't want them back. The Pac-12
They want them
thing
back,
didn't
but they're
work
playing
out.
hardball, which I respect the hell out
Yeah.
of.
And then the Pac-12 didn't work out. Like Big 12 could have swooped in.
Yeah. I actually think that San Diego State makes sense for the Big 12.
Yeah.
Have you confronted all your Big 12 friends about voting for Texas to win the conference?
So my guy Ari Timken, who was on with us yesterday, who hosts Big 12 Radio, he was actually the lone Oklahoma State vote.
I love a good hot take, so I'll accept it. But then I get it. You know, we talked about grifters yesterday. I'm trying to make myself more of a grifter. But that's a grift take for sure. Oklahoma State ain't winning.
You don't think so?
Who's their quarterback?
Not Spencer Sanders.
I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Like, didn't everybody transfer? Yeah. Like, literally the entire team and coaches and everything?
Derek Mason just stopped, right? He retired.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. That is a Timken. What was his reasoning? Just Gundy.
He had a lot of them, but I was like, look, I wouldn't have voted for Texas.
What's
crazy is TCU only getting 3 votes. And I know that they lost a lot. I do. They lose Max Duggan. He gets drafted by the Chargers. But Chandler Morris was a starter before that. I know Kendre Miller got drafted in the 3rd round. Trey Sanders from Alabama is not Kendre Miller. I understand that. But Trey Sanders is very talented.
Yeah.
So what they tried to do in the portal, all right, they lose a first-round receiver to the Chargers. Well, they go get JoJo Earl from Alabama. They get Jack Besh from LSU. What they tried to do is the places that they lost draft choices, they identified in the portal talented players. They got the other offensive line. They actually got 3 players from Bama, 1 from Florida, 1 from LSU. They went and got talent, and they're trying to pair them with Sonny Dykes, who's an underrated coach. They got Kendall Browse coming down from Arkansas. They only got 3 first-place votes. They picked them to finish 5th, I believe. Last year was 7th. This is a TCU team. How about this, T? In the last 14 years, they have finished in the top 7 at the end of the season 7 times.
What? That's crazy. I had no idea. Top 7.
Top 7 in the last
50%
of the time.
Damn.
They finished in the top 3 times in that span.
I mean, bro, I'm a little shocked that Oklahoma only got 4 votes. And I get it's because Venables and everything, but Venables he's already proved me wrong on the recruiting trail. I'm still not a Venables believer, but like I thought he would suck at recruiting, and he is murdering recruiting.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. I'm surprised that there's so much belief in Texas and so little belief in Oklahoma. When, we don't have a sample size on Venables, but we do have a sample size on Sark, and none of it's good.
All of Texas comes down to Quinn Ewers. I mean, they've got the offensive line coming back. Yeah. Running back, they lose, but look, I hate to say it, but running back's a position that you can find a replacement. He's not going to be Bijan Robinson, obviously, but you can find a replacement there. You've got A.D. Mitchell coming over. You've got Worthy. You've got all the pieces. It's going to come down to the quarterback. And I know that's the case in a lot of different places, but remember, they said he's our guy months ago.
Yeah.
Without a competition. He's our guy months ago. And I know why you did it. You did it to shut down the Arch Manning, but you got 3 good quarterbacks there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and maybe that's a credit to yours because all the reports said he clearly won the job coming out of
when they lost last year, it was because he was bad. He was like
awful against.
He
TCU.
was what against TCU? God, he was like 14 of 30 against Oklahoma State. A game they lost, he was 19 of 49 or something like that.
I did like how he looked like Matt Damon in the last duel, though. But then he got rid of his look, so I don't know.
Underrated movie.
We got a break. Last duel's freaking awesome.
Great acting.
More to be coming up next.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR. We'll recap day 3 of the MLB Draft and have a much clearer picture of how LSU's 2024 roster will look. Join us Tuesdays AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can
Welcome back, Bo.
Say now.
OTB. Here 104.5 ESP.
Can't wait.
94.7, 11:30 a.m. up there in Shreveport.
So all hip hop tomorrow to balance things out?
Nah, bro.
Hell no, Bo. It's Nashville.
No hip hop.
Nah, Bo.
We going to the Grand Ole Opry, son.
That's right now. Say now.
I want to thank y'all for waiting till last to play Hank Williams. 5th to 6th grade me cutting grass. This was probably the most played song on my iPod Nano.
Just leaning.
It was the iPod Nano.
Can survive.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, do want to remind you, if you're gonna gamble on any DraftKings Sportsbook app, new customers promo code Baton Rouge, bet $5 MLB, get $150 in bonus bets instantly. And remember, if you're an old customer, you can always take your winning to the next level with DraftKings same game parlays. Promo code Baton Rouge, all one word. $150 in bonus bets instantly. Must be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms licensing partner Golden Nugget. Charles Gambler. Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-426-2537. And remember, Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Cruise Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Do y'all believe in UAPs? And have you been keeping up with the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch? I have no idea what the latter part is. But, I mean, yeah, I believe in UAPs because they're a thing. They're an unidentified aerial phenomena. What they are, I don't know.
Is that the new way to say UFO?
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to ask what a UAP was.
Yeah, now they say UAP. That's a military term, unidentified aerial phenomena.
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's things that people can't explain. At least I can't.
I mean, if the military's not saying UAPs don't exist,
right?
They just are saying that they don't know or are unwilling to say what they believe them to be. Y'all have a great day. I love you. Drink Curse Light. See you tomorrow, Bo.
OTB, OT.
Go to AgAtempBR.com. Agatemp Baton Rouge, AgAtempBR.com. AC heating, electrical needs. How about a one-stop shop that has the best reviews that you will ever see because the customer service is unmatched. They say service to the highest degree, and on top of being an excellent pun, they mean it, y'all. They live by that. So stop putting it off. Take control of your comfort zone. We're going to AgAtempBR.com.
You see it right there on the homepage. It's a big red box there. Schedule online. You can click on that. You can schedule that appointment. Get them out there today. Remember, they're going to show you exactly who is coming into your home. They're going to give you a picture. They're going to give you a bio. That way you know who the tech is. And also you know you're going to get fantastic customer service because, as we always say, the internet hates everything, but they love AccuTemp and they love AccuTemp's service, and you will as well. Go to that website today, AccuTempBR.com.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play. With safety and